Hey, how you doing? Tony Wasinski, official ad reader of the podcast. Here he is, Frankie Bergasetti. Car looks clean. Oil is changed. We are ready for a road trip. Only question is the cooler packed?
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see you.
It is.
It is?
It's ready to go. Fresh ice.
Mm-hmm.
I took care of the melted ice. Wiped down the cooler because it smelled.
It was a little, we had tough weather this past weekend. We got clear skies in Lambeau for just a wonderful tailgate. We're bringing a Miller Lights.
We're going up to Lambeau with all the Miller Lite. I don't care. Listen, it's Miller Lite country up there. I know, but it's more so here in my heart.
Well, we got to win the battle. We got to win special teams, defense, offense. We got to bring the shoulder pads, the helmets, but we're going to win the tailgate too. We're going to outdrink them. We're going to bring all the Miller Lite. We're going to show them how to put these cans down.
We absolutely will. Miller Lite's beer that tastes like beer, not like water. So why would they, it's 96 calories, 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. But it's just nice that they didn't go light on the beer taste.
Mm-hmm. We're going to enjoy our Miller time up there in the parking lot. Then we're going to go out there, wipe the floor with them. Yep. I promise you that. And when you and your friends get together, enjoy the simple things in life, whether it is a Bears victory or an ice cold, great tasting, less filling, 96 calorie, 3.2 carbs per 12 ounce Miller Lite.
So to get Miller Lite delivered right to your door, visit MillerLite.com/redline. Or you can find it pretty much anywhere that they sell beer. And like you said, celebrate responsibly. You could find it Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories, 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Chicago sports fans. This is Barstool Carl.
And White Sox Dave.
Chief Eddie.
And this is Redline Radio, an all gas, no break Chicago sports podcast brought to you by Barstool Sports Chicago, brought to you by Miller Lite. Frankie and Tony heading up to the Bears game against the Packers. We're 1-0. Vibes are hot. A lot of stuff. Jake was in the office yesterday. Thank you guys. We hung out. We did some stuff. There should be some content out for that next week. A lot of stuff going on. Lot.
It's amazing how much it feels like there's a lot going on just because the Bears won a game.
That's really it.
That's really all. It just boils down. The Bears won a game.
108 guys stopping by later.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one. Big extended White Sox conversation we'll get to.
They were like, I could hear them belly laughing from like any point in the office, like several times. You sound like you guys had a nice fun time.
We did.
Yeah.
Hooligans.
I told him only an hour. It ended up being about 2 hours of general bullshit, convo, and a lot of White Sox talk, mainly focused on how to fix this team. The team is playing well right now. We'll get into them in a minute, but a fucking ton of good White Sox talk. And those guys are beyond fans, too. Those guys are super smart when it comes to baseball. So, looking forward.
Stick around for that. What do you got, Ed?
Hand up. I feel bad about a joke I made to the guys. I like them.
He keeps saying this. You don't actually feel bad.
I do. I like them, not you.
But
so
you don't feel bad.
Yeah, I do.
You don't.
I felt bad because
you don't.
I do.
Your hatred of me supersedes your like of them. So you don't feel bad.
I disagree. I do feel bad. But
you saying that
we'll get to that later in the
disingenuous.
show.
Yeah. And we know how much I like performative apologies.
So we are. There's robust White Sox talk this episode. We're gonna start off with some football though.
Yeah.
Football. We're 1-0. This is a game. Big Cat has already lost his season prediction parlay.
Go figure.
We're all happy about that.
We were on site. Think game time. Rainy fucking day. Have you ever seen Soldier Field that sloppy?
Especially week one, that's like such a sure bet to be like, I'm going to go to week one. It's
gorgeous
going to be great
day.
weather.
Yeah.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Why would I go to week 10 and potentially sit in the freezing cold, shitty elements and not go to week one? Week one's usually great. And we've had some interesting week ones in our time, right? We obviously had the classic game, the first game on the job.
Yep.
We've had the fucking Bills game. Remember that opener with the was that the Trestman era? Did that open the Trestman era?
No, that was the second year of the Trestman era with huge expectations.
Yeah.
The Bears elected to receive, took
the
the ball
Bills.
down the field, scored an opening touchdown in like the most magnificent drive, and we're just like, dude, fucking Bears
The
are
season.
let's
That's
go.
the season peaked right there.
They were like -9.5. Oh, bad fucking game. Lost outright.
Bengals opener was great. Remember we won that Bengals opener
Yep.
too. That was Trestman era, I know.
Yep.
And we just had a lot of, but this was quite like anything any of us have ever seen.
Yeah.
I knew when we got to that field, it was a fucking hurricane. And that's naturally going to even the playing field. What was the line? 10?
7.
6.5 at kickoff.
6. Why did I think 10? Whatever it was.
It's 10 this week.
Okay, maybe that's what I was seeing. 6.5, 7.
Why are you laughing?
I
just think Dave's brain, like we've already done the rundown. You're just having one of those days, and we've all had them. But like your brain,
you
is
keep
just,
mentioning it, and it's just gonna make it even worse. So stop talking about it.
Quit asking.
So quit asking.
0 stars.
Irregardless, I know that's not a word. I knew they were gonna win that game when we got to the stadium.
I think we all took a money line, didn't we?
I mean, I quit gambling personally,
Oh.
but I would have if I was not in if I wasn't retired.
Yeah, and it like picked up the rain, like it just kept like it subsided for like maybe 15 minutes, and then it just was like a downpour. But yeah, even the playing field, and that's like I think you can throw out like I've seen all like the football, the PFFs, all the stats, this and that. Even like and then
Those don't matter. Yeah,
that's on the positive side with the defense. Like Eddie Jackson graded out well, all these different guys graded out well, and then you see Mike Martz being like, "This is the worst performance ever." Yeah, fuck him. But it's also like you throw all that shit out. It was just nice to have them not shoot themselves in the foot, not like just quit at halftime because the first half was disgusting. Like they kind of stayed engaged, stayed in the game, battled back, made some big plays and won the game. It was just nice not to have them be an embarrassment, which is what we always thought they were going to be. I think Dan last week was calling them frisky. They were frisky. Like they played hard, they played smart. That's what else
They
can you
responded and they adjusted.
Yes.
And that's like,
You've never said.
I forgot that
when
we
was the
could do
last time
that.
you said that?
I don't know. I honestly don't. Because that first half, we looked at each other. We're like,
Buckle up.
I didn't think
we're pretty
so.
bad. No, it was pretty bad.
Dude,
That-
I
Come
think
on,
you forget.
I've seen how
They were moving the ball. They had like turnovers like inside the 5. Like
sure I've seen way fucking worse though. Out of Bears teams,
that doesn't. That we're not comparing. We're just saying
Yeah.
objectively, this team looks bad on the field.
Right.
It didn't.
They were getting fucking-
couldn't protect him.
I mean,
like,
we're all talking about how they're going to win 4 or 5 games maybe this year. What did you expect? I thought it was like all
Yeah,
things
but it's
considered
also
not that horrible. And this is a
The
Niners
first half,
who
Dave. The first half.
they looked awful in the first half. Awful.
I mean, I
The interception Justin Fields
No,
threw
that was- that
like
was-
they
that was
threw it into the
fucking
middle of
horrible.
6
the
guys.
first half, our defensive line looked like absolute dog shit. They were
I mean,
ripping
I-
12 to 16-yard runs. We got bailed out by that Jalen Johnson strip.
Mm-hmm.
They looked fucking bad.
They did. They did.
We were getting bailed out by penalties.
I'll
was
say this on
disgusting.
that touchdown the Niners scored. I forget who scored it. It was on the goal line though, in the north end zone. Eddie Jackson. I don't
Debo.
fucking care what PFF says about Eddie Jackson. I saw all I needed to see out of him on that play. He just olayed it. Fucking pussy, man. I can't stand him. He stinks. He stinks.
We're already there. I mean, I don't know. I thought the first half was bad. I can't remember who I said it to. Maybe it was you, Ed, but it felt like when it was 0-0 or 7-0, it felt like a blowout.
It was not indicative at all
Right.
of what
Yeah.
was going on in the field at all. The Bears looked fucking bad.
And
I had
they
him
were-
plus 7, and when the Niners scored the first touchdown, I was like, yeah, fuck
Over.
me.
Yeah.
Over.
Yes.
Yeah, it was bad. So to see them respond, to come out and do what they did, it was honestly amazing.
Yeah.
Like that's what. And listen, there's not. It's unfortunate, but it's fortunate at the same time. It's unfortunate because I think a lot of things in the field you can't really take too much to heart. You got to
can't.
take it with a grain of salt. It was a fucking shitty game, even with the Niners. Like, yeah, they lost. It's tough for them.
Yeah.
But like, what are you really going to evaluate guys that hard on that fucking playing
You can't.
surface?
It
Yeah.
wasn't even normal rain.
Yeah.
It was like, I think you said it, 'cause there was like this clip that I saw on TikTok where it was a 49ers fan.
Yeah.
He had this box of popcorn, and just where he happened to be standing, it was like an outdoor
It looked
shower.
like someone was standing
And, like,
above
just
him from a bird's eye view, like
dumping
spraying
a bucket.
him with
so
a fire
like
hose.
it was like a miserable experience for everybody involved, and it's like you can't judge Trey Lance, you can't judge fucking
No,
anything.
not
The
at all.
only thing you can kind of judge is the culture.
Exactly.
And like, do they have that dog
The
in
culture.
them? Yeah.
And that's where
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. And,
And
that's
after
what
they
I was so
won-
excited about Eberflus and what he just got our guys to fucking buy into. Because
Yeah.
it's an overused cliche word, but that's fucking grit. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, I was reading that like Nick Bosa didn't want to warm up in the rain.
Yeah.
Like, that's just shit where the Bears just, their 53
Or like it's got to be
was
baked
there.
in that they have to like nobody in 1,000 years wearing a Bears uniform would be
And
walking
that's
into
what-
a locker room going, I don't know, it's raining, right? Like the culture has to be like, we don't give a fuck. We'll go play in the middle of the fucking Indian Ocean on an aircraft carrier if we have to. Like
Yeah.
we're going out to play a football game, to win the football game. To your point with the adjustments, I'm not like opposed to putting more stock into these adjustments because they came against a Shanahan. Like, say what you want about Trey Lance and the Niners and all that stuff. That's a good program. They've got good. It's a
Yes,
good
they were
They were
organization.
play away from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, like that's a winning organization by
Yes.
and large with Shanahan. So to come back, like your point, the first half they were getting blown off the ball. So those adjustments weren't just like technical. This is how we're going to manage the game flow. It is too that psychology of we want to get and win, and then the psychology goes one step further. I was stunned at this. Justin Fields was handing out game balls. Justin Fields handed out the game balls to fucking Poles and to Eberflus at the end. And that just gives me the chills of like, you always say it's a quarterback league, but you have to earn that right where it's your locker room and it's your team. And there's something about Fields that feels a little different if it's like, all right, you were here before us. It's this is 100% Justin Fields' team.
Yeah.
I mean, that side of their sideline was more talented, no doubt about it.
100%.
So for us to come out with a win, I don't know, it means a lot.
Yeah.
it means a lot, and it made me more excited for the season because we were just kind of gonna mosey through and be like, all right, well, maybe we'll get those 7 wins that Big Cat predicted. Maybe we won't. Maybe because we're not the most talented team,
Right.
you know, and it's not gonna be like we will more likely than not lose more games than we win, but. If we're seeing progress and we're getting a couple guys that we could build for the future and we're playing fucking hard, that means a shit ton to me, and that makes me very excited.
So what about, do you want to do a little bit about the Packers game that's coming up? Should we say, because it's a big moment for a lot of people. I know they're going to be spending a lot of Sundays around the house, a lot of people buying beef kits.
Yeah.
Is it a good opportunity now to just say, we have a huge promo for people?
Monster promo. Okay, so here's what it is. You guys always see us on YouTube. You see these beef kits in front of us. You guys know the drill by now, tasterealchicago.com. But we have a fucking awesome exclusive deal for today and tomorrow only until Friday at midnight. If you go to the Barstool Sports store.barstoolsports.com, and you go to the Chicago section and you buy any piece of Chicago merch, you will be emailed a code and you'll be able to get a beef kit for 25% off. Whew. So that's nice. And also there are new Bear shirts at the store.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's really cool.
Yeah.
Trig made it. If you guys are familiar with him, he's
Trig draws.
one of our best artists, and it's sweet.
It's when you get Trig working on a project and working on a product for you, it's very easy to stand behind it. Go check out the stuff. It's awesome. The beef kits too. Boxes back in stock. We're ready to go for football season. We've been like the inventory. We are ready to unload these things. And then we have a cool thing going. Send us your baptisms. We'll have a tag out on Sunday. You guys can reply to the tweet. We're going to round up the best baptisms. And then I'm going to do a special standalone video for our Chicago YouTube page, power ranking the best. Because this is a big fucking deal, 1-0 going to Sunday Night Football.
Huge.
And the Packers were not, we'll get more about them, but like Aaron Rodgers walking around looking for somebody to throw a fucking football to right now.
Yeah.
This is a great day. Get the aromas flowing. You slow cook a beef. It's fuck Yankee
You got all
Candle.
day too.
That's what I was gonna
A
say.
night game and a Sunday.
That's perfect.
Like you're
Yeah.
not worrying about working on a Monday or Thursday night football.
Throw it in at 10 a.m. You don't got to get up too early.
Yep.
Right.
It's beautiful.
You can even like, oh shit, I didn't even go to the store yet. Go to the store.
Yeah.
It'll be ready for kickoff.
Yep.
So
And you and I have had these. I know I've gotten these from maybe half a dozen people over the last week or two now that it's football season. But if you hunt or if you don't like beef or whatever, we have used venison for it. It's great. Make sure you remove the silver skin or else it'll be a little too gamey. You can use pork. You can use, it doesn't have to be beef.
yeah.
And it'll all be great yet different in the
I've done it
in the
with
same way.
pork.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
Get
so
a
go
pork
do
shoulder
it.
for $15.
If you need it quick, go to 901 West Randolph at JP Graziano
West Loop.
directly in the West Loop or those Home Depot locations. Call ahead if they have a Fix and Frank's, and you can grab a beef kit there and you'll be ready to go. You'll be dialed in and send us those baptisms. But really great opportunity. Once
I'm
again,
doing it on Sunday.
Barstool Store. Buy a piece of Barstool Chicago merch and you'll be emailed a code to get a beef kit for 25% off. Thursday ends Friday at midnight, so make sure you act fast.
It's a good partnership, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, so for those beef kits, though, typically, historically in this show, we haven't done a ton of look-aheads with like Bears games because mostly we're coming in off a loss into a game that's a presumed loss. This one's just like, to me, it is still a little bit different, though. We are undefeated. Culture's a little bit different. Justin Fields, big primetime game. Aaron Rodgers, he had a lot of questions about his teammates coming out of the Vikings game. do I want to say is there optimism?
I think 10 is too many. I think 10 is too many. I don't hate what they look so bad.
They did this last year too, and it's a primetime game against the boogeyman.
I know, but 10 is a lot. 10 is a lot, and there were questions about the offense heading into the season. The game 1 against the Vikings didn't do anything to squash that. I thought the Bears, again, we can't really take too much from that game, but I do think 10's a lot. And I think the Bears defense is going to be fine. They're not going to kill themselves with mistakes if we're buying into the Flus juice. Then it's not going to be like, oh, the Bears did something fucking stupid and here's 14 free points. I think it's going to be a little bit of a fight, and I think 10's a lot.
I'm not ready. I'm not all right. Maybe it is. You may be correct. I'm not ready to after
fine.
one game in a hurricane.
Yeah. Listen,
that's fine. Yeah, I haven't put it
personally,
in yet, but I think I saw the number. Given how the Bears won that game and how bad the Packers looked against the Vikings,
they got their fucking dick stomped.
I was surprised that it was 10. That's all I'm saying. I was surprised that the number was 10, given the Week 1 performances.
Yeah, but you know the history. Listen, I want to win. I think we can win, but I think we'd be naive to act like we are going to win.
Correct.
Sure. Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah.
More
Okay.
just like, it's a little. Is the vibe different than more?
All right, and I know people. Back there we have our resident Jet fan who was like, "Oh, what the hell? How can you not be like?" But it's like you got to be measured too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
as the Jets fan, he should know that too.
No, he said he's not about that.
No.
He said they're
How-
not
You
about
guys
How?
are being way too rational right now. It's not fun.
But like
It's more jaded than rational.
I mean,
Everyone's
I'll be
jaded.
I'll be irrational right now. You want me to be irrational?
I'm just saying, you guys got a Week 1 win, and it seems like it would have been no difference if they lost.
Oh
no. Like,
It would have
like,
depended on how they
if
lost.
we lost, we're probably done talking about this team right now.
If they would have lost and played a clean game, I would have been elated.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a team that they just beat. Granted, the weather evens the playing field, but
Are you
that's a
elated
team
right
with
now?
Super Bowl aspirations. I'm happy. I thought it looked good, but I'm not looking at wins and losses. I'm doing exactly what I did back in 2016 with the White Sox. I'm looking at individual performance because I know they're not going anywhere this year. I'm looking at what the building blocks for the future are going to be doing. If they get blown out, and Justin Fields is awesome in the game.
It's easy at Barstool to
kinda
play the
fine.
delusional fan and be like, yeah, we're going to fucking run out there and we're going to fucking rip their heads off. Like, it's easy. That's an easy fucking method to take. But I think this is like, if we're having actual real sports talk on this show, like, I think this is a measured response.
Yeah,
I do.
And I think that they can be right there in the number. You don't want to be measured. What do you want to do?
No. I'm just saying, like, Tom's giggling like we're not.
No, the reason I was giggling was because what I was talking with Eddie is that what if they win against Green Bay? And he goes, well, then it's
Then
different.
it's all bets are
That's
off.
why-
Yes, then it's
I mean,
off.
listen,
That's
like I
why I
told you.
But
I was
that's
waiting for you to
also
get- What do you mean?
that's backed
Oh,
up.
then it's like,
Then we're like in. It's like we're talking
But
playoffs.
they're
next
2-0
year.
we're in first
Yeah,
place.
yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
I agree.
That's
But
what
the
I was
stakes
afraid.
are pretty high going in
But
Sunday
there
night,
is
though.
something.
That's what I'm
there
saying.
is
Stakes are high.
There
That's
is
why
a
I was
stat,
laughing.
and I'm going to get the stat is not going to be 100% accurate here, but it's something like if you start 2-0, you make the playoffs like 80% of the time.
It's something
Yeah,
crazy.
So
yeah.
there's something like so. Then it's like you
That's
start
the talk I want.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, like
That's gonna be-
give us like 5
But
days.
at the same time,
I'm going to be the biggest Bears
Tom
fan
needs
this
a
weekend.
clip for social. So do you want me to say something ridiculous?
At the same time, I'm going to ask all three of you individually. Would you be surprised if it was a 35-14 game
No,
and
that's
the Packers win?
no.
No.
That's
But I'm-
so
But I would be. It's a big if.
Yeah,
It's a big if, but
But
like you just
I don't think
like,
it's that big of
Here's
an
the
if.
difference. Here's the difference right now, though. I don't know. Like, we still have like our boogeyman in place. Like when Brady was there,
yeah.
like it was probably way different for you as a Jets fan. Now it's like, oh fuck, you're going up to.
I agree
fucking-
with all the rational talk. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm having fun with the
For
I just
sure.
love the fact that you guys are set up for this. Like, if it was any other team and you won, it would be more rational talk. The fact that you're going into Green Bay.
Yeah.
I just like the stakes right now for week 2.
Holy-
It's just a fun.
I will say
It's just a fun situation.
I am.
it
gonna-
is much more fun now
If
that
they
won,
win,
yeah.
I'm like walking the plank.
1,000%.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, but dude,
And knowing that what's at the end of the plank. Like in the back of my mind, I'm going to be super positive
For
if they win,
sure, dude.
knowing that it's going to end poorly.
For
But
sure.
I'll just block it out and walk over.
Yeah, like, it
because
was-
it's more fun that way.
I mean, that's the thing. Like the like if you did the fucking line graph, like what we were coming into Sunday was so low that it's already high. Like it already raised significantly enough, but like what it can go to if we win this week is just scary spikes is what they say. scary spikes.
Yeah, but
I'm drinking the juice.
I want to be scared.
I'm drinking the Flus juice.
I want to be scared. I want it just like, and I was coming off the Notre Dame Marshall fiasco.
Yeah.
So I was just like, man, like I was like, fucking, here comes apple picking season. Like I got nothing. On
Are you drinking the Flus juice?
It's hard not like it's to Dave's point about like if they had lost but played clean football, he would be elated. It was nice to just
I'm drinking the
pass
Flus
it
juice.
over.
I'm
Pass
drinking
it over.
Hey, only if you're ready. All right, listen,
I'm
this
ready.
stuff is contagious. It's infectious.
I'll take
Drink
some of that.
responsibly.
What's in it?
But
Vodka?
if all of
Gin?
Chicago is drinking this stuff right now, we'll be in a good place, okay? It's not going to be the most winning formula right now, but it's going to put us in a spot where we start to believe again and we start to be proud of this fucking franchise one more time.
It's like
And that's important to me.
previously it would be like drinking Malort. Okay, it would be like drinking a Malort. Where you're like, oh god. Now it's
No,
like,
you go first.
I'll go.
Yeah.
do you think he
Only
poisoned
take it.
Dave?
Only take it
I
if you're
didn't think
ready.
he poisoned it, boy.
Only take it if you're ready.
I am drinking the Flus
I don't.
juice.
I don't
Alright.
think.
But I'm not drinking the this is a good team juice.
Given your,
You know what I loved about that game
is
last
that
week?
honey?
No.
Is how the
Okay.
entire fucking
I could never tell you
teams-
what's in it.
And I didn't even know
I
about
could never
the,
tell you what's in it. This right here is Flus juice. So
It looked pretty viscous. It
in
looked
high school, I had a coach
thick.
who made a snot bubble juice. He made us drink it before and never told us what it was. And this is Flus juice. And I will never tell you what it is, but if you drink it, it's just going to overtake you and it's going to make you
Look at
a sense. It's like it's the new ayahuasca in a bottle.
Oh, I'm in.
Okay.
Describe it that way.
No.
I don't think they do ayahuasca in a bottle. But
I'll
if they
do it.
did,
Well,
that's
this
a
is
tea.
ayahuasca. This is my ayahuasca. You don't look like you're believing, Carl.
He doesn't
You
want
got your head down. You're
Pass
not drinking
that.
the Flus
I
juice.
want- I
me
He
see
only
it.
wants his
Yeah.
irrationality to himself.
I want the.
I don't. This seems selfish.
Where is the Flus juice on the other side of the
I
fucking?
will do it.
No. I can
not-
never relinquish the bottle.
Yes, you can.
No,
You're
I
making
can't.
shit
I will
up
be
on the
walking
fly
around
right
this
now.
all season.
This is just a.
And I'll be seeing people and I'll be giving them shots of.
Give me a shot
Okay.
of Flus juice.
Let the record show Eddie's now giving Chief a shot. I'll take a shot of that too, obviously.
It does look like honey.
Give it to me.
Okay.
What is it? Like agave or something?
I give me a little chill. I feel like we're ready to go. I don't think Dave should be allowed to have it just because the Flus juice is all about being responsible, being clean, having your wits about you. You're just not in that place today, as we've established.
I feel like I just blew Eberflus.
You've established that point 13 different times.
Well, that's what I mean. So it's like you're in, you're out. Like I don't know.
I'm
Like,
not. You guys aren't listening to me. Clean the potatoes out of your ears.
Okay.
I don't care about the record this year, in any manner, because we all know 99% chance they're not going to the playoffs. If they would have lost 20-17 and it had a couple picks and it was down to the last drive and they lost, I would have been perfectly content with that, so long as it wasn't someone that mattered that blew the game or something.
Yeah.
If they called a clean game, if the defense was in the right position, filling gaps properly, all that good stuff. But and because of that, I am drinking the Flus juice because at the end of the fourth quarter, when they were all doing the slip and
you
slide
didn't.
down the field, it was
You didn't drink it?
awesome. Because I want to control my rationing.
I just saw what I did to them.
less than a spoonful.
Yeah.
It's more that you're saying
listen,
no.
I think we
that-
unpacked it extensively. We know where we're at.
Yeah.
But if they beat the Packers, I am full on.
We need.
I am all in.
We will next
I'll
week.
take a bath in Flus juice if they win.
I just have been hurt before with the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau on national television, and I am getting ahead of the potential blowout because that potential does exist. So
I like that Eberflus has never even tried to be cool or like be anything besides what he
like
is.
running a T formation and wearing a fucking
right, like
fedora
the
or whatever.
BU, like he's just like all of that, like
Get
the
rid of all the
extra,
frills and
like
shit.
there's no branding about him at all. He's just like I just coach football, like like he's just
I love it.
Yeah, and he's just simple and boring. And he seems like everybody is organized and
like
playing the right
even
way.
dating back to Tressman, and I guess John Fox would be more along the lines of Eberflus, but like Tressman was the most
2Ks.
boring dude on the fucking planet. Mm-hmm. And
26 pitches.
even that, he was like so boring and weird that he was a distraction. Yeah, he had a long inning.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything we're saying here
Yeah,
is
it's-
accurate. We're
yeah.
on the
It's
right
unpacked.
page.
Yeah.
We got the Flus juice
Yes.
going. Eddie, appreciate a prop like that. Appreciate you getting in on this.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't take it from him. This is bad karma for
This
the Bears.
is. I don't like
Why are
this
you
at all.
doing this, Dave? Why are
Don't
you
do it.
taking the Flus juice?
Don't do it. Get it
I'm
back.
not doing it.
Don't do it. Get it back. Get it back.
Stop being a troll.
I'm not being a troll.
Thank you.
Eddie's being
don't
the troll.
wipe your White Sox stink on this team.
That's the Tony La Russa stinking. He's not in the dugout anymore. If you'd like to
Last
talk
serious
about that.
take I have about the Bears is that they obviously exciting. They win the game. Want to know the circumstances they win the game. I am like relatively excited to see what Flus in a scheme looks like.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
how do they match up against Rodgers and the Packers, and like does it look or feel any different? Because they do week one in the rain, all that stuff. The only takeaway is like, man, what a great win for the culture. You can't be like, well, great throw by, like, yeah, obviously Fields made a big throw and it's fucking exciting, but like the fact you'll go up and you'll see a truer sense of X's and O's scheming, that's cool.
Do we know what the weather's going to be
That's
like up
fucking
there on
cool.
Sunday? And
For sure.
Gorgeous. We'll be there too. I want to
I
thank
got
Game
White Sox
Time for
Dave
making
on Sunday.
I want to thank Game Time for being the exclusive ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. So many Bears fans are heading up to this game on Sunday night, and I know you guys are using Game Time. That's because you're smart, sensible Bears fans. It's created by fans for fans. Game Time, obviously, new ticketing app that makes it easier than ever to score last-minute deals and tickets to sports, concerts, and shows, and they guarantee the lowest price. There's ticketing apps that have probably been in your rotation over the years.
Get
Those
rid
can
of them.
all step aside to Game Time because the prices are going to be lower. The tickets are going to be better. It's a better experience. Go check out Game Time. We've been using it all year. I'm going up to the Packers game this weekend. I am using Game Time. You guys can use it too. Download the Game Time app. Go to the account tab to create a login and redeem code RLR for $20 off your first purchase. Terms do apply. Download Game Time. Last minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. All right, last take on Bears. Ed, it's on your balls in your court. What do we got? Wrap it up and get us going.
No, that's all I have. We talked extensively. Not much to talk about because it was such a fucking monsoon. If there was one X and O that I really wish I could jump the gun on was Tevin Jenkins. He looked fucking great at guard.
Yep.
Besides that, very hard to really talk about X and O's because of the situation, like I just said. But we will be able to talk about that next week.
I
Table
just
set.
looked,
Table
you might
set.
not
So
be.
Bears
Yes.
win. You guys know exactly where we're going to be coming at next week. But
Yep.
for perspective of right now, we are tempering ourselves. We're having some Flus juice.
Yep, correct.
Okay, now that fucking Flus juice needs to make its way to South Bend because that is disaster city, pal.
They're dead. I mean, and this is the problem. You know, everyone's like, "Oh, join a conference, you fucking pussy." Well, this is like the flip side of that coin. Where if this was like a Big Ten team, or they were in a conference, you could say like, "All right, everybody just fucking chill. Let's circle the wagons. Let's be good in conference. Let's try to win the conference and see where we end up." You lose to Marshall, Notre Dame has nothing to play for the rest of the year. So the season's over. That's what I was saying. Like, look, I took the fucking Mean Girls tote bag because it is apple picking season because Notre Dame is that bad. I'm free every Saturday from now until forever. So that sucks. And it's like Marcus Freeman yet to win a game. Now they had the Buckner was a very, very highly recruited quarterback. They've never really had one, maybe since Jimmy Clausen. Like, that was the last time they had like a true impact making guy. Kaiser was good, but he wasn't, it was supposed to be Buckner was supposed to be like the guy. He's out for the year. So he missed his senior year of high school because of COVID. Didn't play last year. Now he played 2 games this year. So like his development arc is all fucked up. So this is like, kind of what Dave was saying about the Bears, just play a clean game. Like, I hope they can make a bowl game and get things rectified, and I think they will. Like, they started very slow last year. They had trouble with Toledo. They had trouble against Florida State, who's not good last year. And then by the end of the year, they were a very good team. And they've always been a developmental program. But now, like, without having a quarterback at all, like, this team, they're dead. They're dead. And you cannot lose to Marshall at home under any circumstances ever. So
Does Marshall deserve any credit? Didn't they have like 25 grad transfers or something? Like big Power 5 guys went to Marshall, and now like the running back, the Florida State guy with the big injury.
Yeah, he'll play on Sundays. He's a very good player. But the answer is no.
You guys were never in that game, right?
You never felt like they were going to win. It was not that they were never in it. Like, they had, like, when they were driving down, they had the ball late in the fourth, down like 5, and threw a pick 6. So they were. It was always a 1-score game until the very end. But yeah, like that's what I mean though. So even if you have like these 25, and I do think I might do a blog about this. If I feel like doing the research, I feel like these group of 5 schools are going to benefit from the transfer portal because you're going
It's
to
all
have
over Rivals already. There's a bunch of numbers on that I can get you.
Okay, that'd be great. But I do think that that those programs will be elevated as guys are like, well, I'm too far down the pecking order. I might as well go somewhere where I can play and have a chance and develop, and rather than just like sit on the bench for 4 years. So I think that they'll go for a guarantee. So you're going to have a lot of talent. Those next tier programs, which was always a doormat, I think they're going to be a harder fight than they have been historically. But it doesn't matter. The guys that started for Notre Dame are at Notre Dame because they were good enough not to be a part of that process. So they should have been able to handle Marshall at home, and they just couldn't. They looked disinterested from the opening kickoff. It was gross. It was, and all you hear about like, oh, they're mad about Ohio State and this and that. And it was just like, well, we played Ohio State tough, so Marshall will just roll over for us. And they got punched in the mouth and never, like, the game was over before Notre Dame like knew they were in a fight.
And what was the parlay? Appalachian State, Marshall.
Oh, what that? Oh, the Sun.
And another school. It was the Sun Belt. If you
Georgia
put
Southern.
Georgia Southern,
Yeah.
if you put $100 bet on those 3 teams, would have paid out $120,000.
I believe it.
I was talking to a couple Northwestern guys about that over the weekend, and to Ryan's Chiefs point, they are getting these not big time transfers. It's guys that are like 3rd, 4th string because they're facing off.
Yeah, but they were probably a 4-star.
Exactly,
at one point.
exactly.
Yeah.
But like Troy, Georgia Southern, Marshall to an extent a little bit, not as much recently, but there's some schools that just have that weird, freaky athleticism in the South. And even the guys that started off their careers there, and what's his face from USC, like all my Northwestern guys are telling me that Clay Helton
Yeah.
is like,
I didn't even know he was at Georgia Southern.
that guy can coach. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy can fucking coach. Like that Georgia Southern team's no joke.
Yeah.
Like-
yeah, so I don't know what Notre Dame does because it's like, even though there's nothing to play for this week, they have Cal at home. Cal's not exactly like some powerhouse out in the Pac-12. That feels like a must-win now for Marcus Freeman. Like before things like really start to spiral, like you have to start at least look, and it's like they have Drew Pine, who's like he's been fine in a couple spots in relief, came in promptly. Everyone's like, oh, Drew Pine's better. He came in and immediately threw an interception, like immediately. So after Buckner got hurt, so I think that's probably the biggest criticism that I think is fair on Notre Dame and Freeman and Rees. Like you had Buckner, I know you like Buckner. Maybe you'll go get a grad transfer or some kind of transfer portal guy that has a little bit of insurance because they're very thin at quarterback. And
Like mid-season or
no, last
Okay.
offseason.
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause
I
they
understand.
didn't
Yeah,
they didn't
yeah.
bring it. The only guy they brought in was Joseph from Northwestern, who looked awesome. He looked like the only guy that was like playing with any passion.
I hope
or any
he
fight.
fucking does horrible the rest of the year.
He was very, very good. And then same thing with wide receiver. They lost Avery Davis to an ACL, who's like a very important guy in the slot. So he's out for the year, and they just don't have, they got true sophomores with no playing time getting significant reps, and so the offense is going to look bad. Michael Mayer's getting double, triple covered every single time because he's the only like genuine established weapon. I thought the offensive line would be much better. They had 3 returning starters in the middle, and then really 5 returning guys because Joe Alt was a true freshman last year, left tackle. He was looking like a stud at the end of the year, and then you bring back Harry Hestead, who put all those guys, Ronnie Stanley, McGlinchey, the Martin brothers, Quentin Nelson. He was the guy who made them into like legitimate NFL All-Pro guys. He's back on the staff, so you're like, wow, if they get Joe Alt and Blake Fisher in the hands of Harry Hestead, like watch out. They looked like garbage. It's not like so it was just like nothing. There was like nothing to be like, oh, this is good. Like,
And now they're bringing. Did you see the big news for this week's game?
no.
Ed, you're gonna like this one. They're bringing. I thought I saw Manti Te'o's coming back to walk the boys from the Basilica to the field, and they're gonna have like a welcome thing for him. Whole stadium.
That'd be nice.
Is that true?
A moment of healing. I saw a clip of that. I saw that on Twitter.
Be nice.
So I don't know if that's true or not.
I'm not seeing that anywhere. Just did a quick Twitter. Maybe feels like the wrong time for that. Wait for a moment where it's like where we know we're gonna win. Rather like the worst thing Notre Dame can do is bring back Manti and lay another egg. Like let's just get this thing back on the train tracks a little bit here before we start like trying to do mea culpas with our guy. But it's just like they're in trouble, and it sucks how much sports impact my general mood and happiness. So it's just like I love the fall, and now I'm just like, well, fuck. Like I don't like. I'm not looking forward to the game this week. Like Saturday.
Cal, right? Pete
Cal,
Sampson saying Manti Te'o back on campus this weekend. Walk with
Sampson.
the team to Basilica to the stadium.
Yeah,
he's
that's-
pretty credible, right?
Oh, very. He's the most credible Notre Dame. He's with the Athletic. He's been around forever.
Time for healing for everybody. Marcus Freeman gets a little,
And that's the other thing. Like I love Marcus Freeman. I think he is like cool. Like he's the right guy. And I obviously, like Tommy Reed's friend of the program. I think Tommy's like a really smart, good
Is
offensive
he too
coordinator.
cool?
No,
Doesn't a football coach have
he's
to be
as
a little
normal as
like?
can be.
he's just like a normal.
Like, don't
dude.
you need a little Pat Fitzgerald in you? Like, he's not that cool. Pat just wants to win football
He's
games. That's
different-
all he wants to
different
do. Does
personality
Marcus
type.
Freeman want to win as bad as Pat Fitzgerald?
I think Pat Fitzgerald's a linebacker and Tommy Reed's is a quarterback. It's just like it's just like
different
they're
personality
different guys.
traits.
But
Not
I-
Tommy. I'm talking about Marcus.
Oh, Marcus. Yeah, Marcus. I don't feel like we know him like on that. Yeah, but I think he is like he's a smart, like passionate guy. You saw like all the guys love him. They got to play harder for him. If you love him, you better play harder for him. And because they just did
And that
not.
suck. Like that's like it sucks he's in our division, but like it's like the Matt Campbell comparison.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Dan Campbell.
Oh.
There's sometimes like guys you just love. They just
I keep doing that.
And I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's Freeman's not like the book's not closed. But
Yeah.
Not
man,
even
it's
close.
a bad
It's
start.
2 games in.
Man, it's
Three
a bad
games
start.
in.
Three.
When
That's
Well,
been the Twitter
3, yeah.
hashtag Owen Freeman.
so obviously they didn't go through
It's Freeman fries.
a traditional like national search for the coaching staff that they have now. How much leash does he get because of that? Before people are like, okay, you guys had your chance with Freeman. Now it's like
4 years, unless they get what?
I feel
3 years. You just lost to Marshall.
I don't think you get 3 years.
no
Unless,
fucking
well, I
way.
mean, if they go like 3 and 9 in back-to-back years, yeah, but I don't think that'll be the case. I'm saying if they
They go 3-9 this year. I think a booster buys out his contract.
no
really?
chance, no chance. I don't think that they can do that. I mean, Brian Kelly had a 4-8 year at one point. I don't think they won't do that, and I think there's reasons about their. I don't want to get into.
Okay.
It. I think the Willingham thing lingers over them. That they're not just going to give Freeman a quick hook because that was the people are hyper critical of them for getting rid of Willingham. But let's say he has recruited very well. If the recruiting class falls apart and they go 3 and 9, and then next year they are 6 and 6 or something like that, then yeah. But I don't think that'll be the case. I think they'll get to a bowl game this year because it's not like the schedule is impossible. Like I was thinking, I think when we had Brady Quinn on, he's like, I think their floor is 10-2. And that's definitely not the case, especially without Buckner now. So I think the floor is probably like 6 and 6. I think is the floor. I think 6 and 6, 7 and 5, get to a bowl game and just develop. And I do think like they always get better as the year goes along. I remember Carl one time we were watching them play somebody in your garage. It might have been like Wake Forest or somebody early in the season. Vanderbilt, maybe it was Vanderbilt. It was Vanderbilt. And they almost lost that game. They needed like a miracle interception not to lose that game. They went on, made the playoff, beat Clemson, whatever. So I think they'll be fine. And by fine, I mean like 6 and 5 or 6 and 6, 7 and 5 for this year with no quarterback, whatever. Walk-ons playing wide receiver. And then, but if it doesn't like turn into like a perennial 10-win thing like it was under Kelly, well then yeah, they'll have to make a change. But I don't think I don't think that anyone's thinking what you guys are thinking.
Do you take any
I'm just saying
responsibility?
I know that the
For
fan
what,
base-
like the Undefeated blog?
No, for I'm not gonna lie. Like I thought, oh yeah, certainly they're gonna be Marshall. But the second last week where you were like, I love -20. Like I
did.
think that's a
I loved
fucking
it too.
no-brainer.
I did.
I was the first time where I was like, ooh, kind of like Marshall.
Did you
With
bet
all
it?
due respect to
Did
you,
you
I did
bet
not
it?
bet it. No.
Yeah.
And
I
I
was
took
the
ND
opposite.
week 1. I
Yeah.
took them plus 17.
So did I. Yeah.
But I was the first time where I was like, because you know how it is. Like I don't know.
I really thought that they would be like, okay, like, they didn't look bad, I didn't think, against Ohio State. I thought they were very competitive against what is everyone is crowning as one of the best teams in the country. So it's like you come home, you need a win. You want to like make a statement about your offense, and I thought that they would be able to put it together, and they got nothing. They like, and that was the thing. Like, just it was so clear that it's just an effort. A lot of it was effort. Like they're just not playing hard.
Yeah.
And like there's a difference. Like they played hard against Ohio State. Like that was a fight, and you felt it. this was just like, are you guys fucking kidding me? It was like two completely different identities for those two games. And so it's going to be a long year. Thank God for the Flus juice and the Bears, because Notre Dame and like everybody was freaking out on Twitter. Like I think there's always going to be overreactions after a game like that, and it was embarrassing. But I think they're in good hands from a coaching staff perspective, and I think they'll right the ship eventually. But it's just not going to be what we thought heading into the year. And when I say we, I mean people like me and Brady Quinn, who thought 10 wins was a given. Because it has been. It has been for 5 years. They win 10 games every year, and that's not going to be the case this year.
Well, I'll tell you what a given is.
What's that?
Lasting longer in bed with Roman.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want to
that's
last longer? An awesome football game, a good TV show, legendary concert. How about some good old-fashioned sex in the White Sox Dave sex dungeon?
Oh, the den. It's not a dungeon. He's not a dungeon
Well,
guy.
when you close that door and the lights go off, I mean, you might as well be.
Yeah.
He was going to have a little dungeon in his place when that deal fell through.
Oh, what do you mean?
He was going to have like a man cave, which probably would have turned into a dungeon.
No, I disagree. I'm sticking up for Dave.
You don't think?
Can I get some points for sticking up for you,
What's the
Dave?
difference between a den and a dungeon? The amount of like
A den's like a good thing.
a sex den? I don't think a sex den.
Sex
sounds
den's
good.
too casual. Sex dungeon, some
Do you
serious
remember when
fucking's
our
going
old
down.
neighbor was busted?
It's machinery.
Sex,
Oh, is
sex
it
dungeon is
having
where you
yeah.
practice the
What's
anal
that?
bead
Yeah.
stuff for the chess master.
Yeah.
The
You go into the
dungeon.
dungeon, you lock the door. There's a metal door. There's,
And
there's
there's
a
like
big
whips
fucking
and-
key.
Yeah.
It's got one of those
A
machines.
dungeon's what I imagine
A
the
gimp
gimp
lives
is.
in the the gimp
Oh,
lives in
yeah,
the
that's
dungeon.
bad. All right, fair,
Yeah.
fair.
But a lot of pleasure exists in the dungeon too.
And
He
you
liked
wanna-
it in there, in that box.
Yeah, the gimp.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck yeah! That's why the gimp's in the box to begin with.
Yeah.
Now you guys don't need to have a sex dungeon to have good sex or hard sex or rough sex or just better
Or
sex than
longer
you're having
sex.
right now, because longer sex is where it's at. Feel good about yourself. You
And-
always feel good when you put on a longer performance
And-
than a shorter
And
performance.
you put it on with Roman swipes. You swipe it on, you let it dry, does not transfer your partner, so everybody's having a good time. 340% longer in bed.
Yeah, those are the analytics. Those are the analytics you like when it comes to sex.
I wonder if Big John gave them an idea for that. That's revolutionary. They should put the swipes inside of a condom. That honestly is.
Now you're a
revolutionary.
packaging genius.
If you got-
Look at you, Ed.
Think about that.
That exists. That exists.
No,
Yeah, but
that's you're thinking spermicidal.
No, I'm not.
No, that's more of a numbing agent. Those
Right.
aren't
And
good.
this bottle of
That's
spermicidal
bad.
lube.
Roman swipes are good.
Roman swipes are good. I agree, and especially if you're in a relationship where you're not using rubbers anymore, you want to just swipe it on and get all the benefits of that. Be able to last longer. Use those Roman swipes.
The swipes are super easy to use. Go to getroman.com/redline to get 20% off your first order of swipes. That's go to getroman.com. Getroman.com/redline, 20% off your first order of swipes. Let's keep swiping through the show. We're going to get to the White Sox guys in a little bit. What else we got before?
Sox are down 2-zip right now.
Fuck.
Not
yeah,
good.
Cease looks late. I told you. What did I tell you?
50 pitches through 2, I thought. Okay, we're going to get to that in a second. What else we got first, though?
That's all I got. I got bocce playoffs today. That's
Okay, tell me
it.
about bocce playoffs.
What place are you guys in? Did you guys sneak
We
into
had,
the
a bad,
playoffs?
we had a bad year. I missed like 4 or 5 games because I was traveling. But yeah, we're the 5th seed. Play the Grumpy Old Men tonight. That's
What's the
their
line
team
on
name.
that one?
They're the 4th seed, 4-5 matchup. Even odds, I'd say.
Okay.
Even odds. We handle them pretty well.
Any
traditionally.
injuries?
I don't know. I got to see. They got 3 Larrys on their team. That's fucking unique.
Wait, what?
They got 3 Larrys, 3 old guys.
Any of
3
them go by
Larrys.
Lawrence?
I don't, not to my knowledge.
Their names are all Larry, and Larry.
I swear to God, they got
I was
3
wondering
Larrys.
if you were using that as like, oh, they're left-handed.
Oh no,
No, they're just all named
There's 3 old guys named Larry. Yeah, no,
That's a lot.
One of
How are
them
you going
looks-
to get into their head?
That's 2 more Larrys than you would expect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In a
right?
bocce league?
And sometimes one time we played them, and we
On
got
the planet.
we got 3 mics. So it's 3 mics for 3 Larrys, and I was the only non-mic.
Well, 3 mics is going to happen every now and
Yeah.
then. You're going to rent into a situation. You're going to be like, Mike.
Lots of mics.
Larry. You meet another Larry, and you're like, you're Larry. I'm Larry. And then
Yeah.
you talk about being.
Is
named
Larry short for multiple names?
Not just
It's just
Lawrence.
Lawrence, right?
Lawrence. But I think there are people who are just like their parents just named him Larry.
Let's think about this.
My mom's dad was a Larry.
Good question.
Lawrence Barzak, good guy.
Really?
Yeah.
What about Larry Bird?
Larry?
Is Larry Joe Bird? He's not
Larry.
Lawrence.
One
He's
of them
a
looks
Larry.
identical to Ditka.
That's tough
I
too.
swear.
That's
No,
intimidating.
Oh yeah, it
Oh,
is.
I thought
Great
you
guy
meant-
though.
Yeah.
Larry
Great guy.
Bird looks like a Larry. That's about as much of a Larry as that
Yeah.
just like
Yeah.
guy's gonna go out and stroke it. Good for you. Do you
Can you
practice
name
bocce?
another
No.
Larry off the top of your head?
Just other than my grandpa, yeah.
no, like another famous Larry.
Lawrence Holmes.
But he doesn't go by Larry. I know. Is there another Larry?
Larry Johnson.
Yeah, Larry,
Larry
Johnson.
Okay.
He was good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Larry
State.
Garcia,
Grandma
Larry
Ma.
Walker.
Yeah, Larry Walker. No, you're right. I feel like Larry.
It's a dying name.
Everybody's coming after Gary. Have you ever read that? It's
Larry
like
Fitzgerald.
yeah, Larry
Yeah,
Fitzgerald.
he's probably the last one.
Yeah. A lot of people say Gary's dying. Like Gary's going extinct. The name Gary. Larry's got to be fucking holding hands with Gary
Yeah.
at this point.
Meanwhile, Rich is over here being like, what happened to me? Rich and Rick are just walking around looking for some love. Richard.
No one wants to be a dick. I feel
Yeah,
like.
that's
Yeah,
No.
but Dick used to command a
you
lot of
can't
respect. This
name
is my
your
buddy
kid
Dick.
Richard for that reason. You're like guaranteeing he's going to be fucked up in the head.
You
Gonna
think so?
get dick jokes the entire
I
his
think-
entire
nah,
adolescence.
Yeah, but that you break through.
There was a kid I went to
Yeah.
middle
That's
school
cool.
with whose name was Richard Long. I swear to fucking God, I have no idea what happened to this kid, but you know, in
probably
like
running a Fortune 500 company.
standardized testing, whatever, and like it could be male, it could be anything, where they'll start last name, comma, first name.
Yeah.
So it was Long, comma, Dick. We always
Yeah, I was
yeah.
gonna say, I hope he didn't join the military.
The
would've been fucking-
in the Fray we had a pledge class. There was a guy Richard Wolf, and like right away he's like,
Wolf
I'm
Dick.
Richard Wolf, and you're going through the, you know, you always have to introduce yourself by first, middle, last name to everybody. Hey, Michael Carl Sturck, and so he's like, hey, you know, like Richard Michael Wolf or something, and just like instantly first lineup, it was like Dick Wolf. And Dick Wolf was like the coolest. I mean, it was like he became a legend instantly. Like part of his personality and the brand and like the hanging out with Dick Wolf was like,
That's the
fucking
most
Dick Wolf's here, man.
alpha name you could ever have.
He was so, and it's been a while since we've hung out. I would imagine nothing's changed. One of the best hangs in college, like Dick Wolf showing up. But when we started Pledgeship, he's like, I'm Richard Wolf. Like, I'm Richard. I don't know. Like, and then it just grows. It's like the seniors are like, where's Dick Wolf at?
Where's he
Like,
at?
what were you doing this weekend, Dick Wolf? And then, dude, come December, it's like he shows up and you're like, Dick Wolf's here, bro.
Dickie Wolf.
That was cool. That was a cool progression.
Threw it on his tallest jersey.
I could get
Yes.
Dick
Yeah,
Wolf.
he had the.
I
He
could
was
get
a
down
big
to
sleeveless,
Dickie.
tall,
like Dickie
jersey
Eklund.
guy.
Dickie's better than Dick.
Hey, Dickie.
Hey, Dickie.
Dickie's not better than Dick. Dave.
Dickie
Come
V.
on.
Dickie
I think it
Simpkins.
is. It's got to
Dickie Simpkins. Number 8.
He is Dick Vitale. We call him Dickie V though.
Dickie V. Yeah. Well, anyways,
good roundup on
Hope
the
I
name
handle the
talk.
business against Larry's. I'll keep you guys posted.
Larry Mize won the 1986 Masters on a chip in a playoff.
I thought 86 wasn't that the
Maybe Faldo came back in 86.
I
87.
thought-
Larry Mize is
Yeah.
late 80s. Okay.
Okay.
We're not going to nail Larry Mize to a cross here because
the only reason I say that was because I'm almost positive 86 was like the Golden Bears like final.
There you go.
We
Yeah.
missed a big one.
What?
Larry David.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
but
whatever.
like,
He looked. I mean,
is there? The reason I said Larry Fitzgerald, like I don't like he might be the last person born.
he's a single R
Yeah.
too, right?
I looked up the Larrys too. It's like all old people.
Larry
Yeah.
King.
Larry Fitzgerald. Yeah, Larry King, Larry
Like
David.
he's basically, and I didn't think he's a Lawrence.
Larry? Well, he goes by Larry.
I know, but like,
I don't know.
yeah,
Something to
talk.
talk about. Yeah.
yeah.
I'll also
you.
say this. I said this on Saturday night. I'm playing in the Live Pro-Am tomorrow. So while this episode is out, I will be playing golf. I think I'm playing with Phil Mickelson.
That's something else.
I think so. So we'll see. I have a dinner tonight
That's
out at like
fucking
Rich
crazy.
Harvest Farms. And this isn't something where like someone sponsored this with Barstool. We need someone to go. It's like my buddies are like kind of out there and tied in. They're like, hey, are you interested in getting out here? So I was like, yeah, I'll do the media stuff. So I'm in the system with the media. And it's like, hey, somebody backed out. We need a guy for an AM. You're local. Would you be interested? I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll do that. So my buddy's setting this up and giggling like ridiculously. Like, I can't believe we're putting you in this. I'm like, I can't believe you are putting me in this. And
Well, good luck. Hopefully you beat Lefty.
I am surprisingly significantly less nervous than I anticipated.
You
Like,
shouldn't
I'd
be.
be more nervous to go play golf with you three guys than I would to be go play
Yeah,
with these
because
guys.
you were
Which is
expected to be awesome.
No, I think hitting a tee shot with anything more than your foursome is fucking scary as fuck.
Yeah, there's going to be like people out watching this thing, walking around
dude,
being
that's
like,
fucked up. You know?
Yeah.
Like I think so at least.
Like, you
but also
almost-
I don't
it's-
play golf.
But it's also like the Happy Gilmore thing, you know, like when they're on the tour and they're at like a serious thing, like everybody's quiet. I would rather have everyone just like talking around me and I just casually walk up and try to hit one, as opposed to like Well, you guys are talking about like everybody's watching you. That gets a little nervous.
So it'll be a fun experience.
Yeah.
I see
It will
these
be
guys
cool.
hit the ball. And I talked before. I played with Nick Hardy a couple weeks ago. He just earned his PGA Tour card back full
yeah,
time.
nice guy.
And this
Good
is
for
like the
him.
Chicago PGA Tour player. You guys met him at the bar.
Yep.
So it's super cool. He finished top 10 at the Korn Ferry final. So he's back on the PGA Tour.
Awesome.
Having played with him, I think, is kind of preparing me for the experience because I know firsthand exactly what it's like to stand there and watch one of these guys and play with them. Like, I'm prepared to have my breath taken
I mean,
away.
if you're
like, I'm prepared to
actually-
be like in awe. So it's not like oh, I wonder what it's like. I know what it's gonna be like. I know I'm gonna be standing there like, holy fuck.
And the good part is you belong to a club. So
Yeah,
like
I play. I belong to a club. I'm in
you've had a
matches. I have a
caddy.
handicap. I know how to do with the.
Yes.
It's by far my biggest time spent away from work. Or like if I have time to kill or we're looking to do something for a day, like golf is the number one thing I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
So should be
Well, good
fun.
luck.
Well, now we're just chopping it up because I don't want to do too many, back to backs. We have a huge White Sox interview we're going to get to. If you are subscribed to our YouTube page, though, we appreciate that. There's
Over 50,000 now.
okay, we should probably get to this White Sox talk.
Whoosh.
Nah, I mean, so that's a little
I don't know. There's
fucked up.
dead zone.
Yeah. I
No,
thought
but
the
we were
whoosh
going to talk to you
was
about it, I
fine.
thought.
Yeah, I
I
like.
thought you said you had 2 minutes about the White Sox. Or do you want to do that after?
We'll do that after.
All right.
Whoosh. Should I take my dip out or leave it in for the swig? And that's where we'll start the show.
Are we literally going to go down the line? And
Oh,
just
we're
drink that?
literally
just gonna
going down the line. I got a little bit of the shakeage going.
I like it. You're playing hurt. I mean, this is what
Yeah.
Sox fans do. I don't know. It feels good to me.
We're going to talk about the pain and mental anguish that this team causes us. This has been, without question, and I actually want to hear, since you guys are a few years older than me, has there any, like 2016 was the only other season where I was just like constantly stressed out like this one. But that one wasn't nearly as bad, I didn't think,
No.
because there was no expectations really going into that year, I didn't think. And they started off insanely hot and were just dog shit. It was no roller coaster, So
I think the other year that I think was horrible was 2006. In 2006, the team was good, and they
were 93 that
they won
year.
like
Yeah.
90 or 91 games and didn't win the division. It didn't make the playoffs right after winning the World Series. So that was a year where you had like a lot of expectation. And
That
then
warmed
we're
me
just
up real quick.
thoroughly disappointed, especially because
Hit you in the mouth.
it was the Twins too, like so that's even
Right.
more of a gut punch. So like, I think 2006 is on par with it for me, as like I went in with great expectations and then came out of it extremely disappointed.
Yeah, it was. How do I want to word this for that 2016? Was it disappointment? Was it actual disappointment, or was it just like get them next year?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Like, you still had like good expectations for 2006 or 2007, 2008 going forward. You're like, well, this is a good team because they still won a lot of games. The division just got better. So it's like, well, we're gonna continue to go, and then that just did not happen.
No,
'Cause
I think in 2007 they only won like 75 games or something.
Yeah, they stunk. That was the year where Josh Fields ended up hitting 23
Yeah.
home runs. Jerry Owens ended up playing a lot and stealing bases and stuff. Like that was a weird, disjointed year before moving into 2008 when they came back and won the division again.
and then
they
got
made a
smoked
playoffs
by.
too.
That was until the A series. That was the last playoff series, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
That's fucking pathetic.
and they got walked by the Rays, right?
They won one game.
Yeah, they
you,
won
you were
one
at
game.
that game, right?
I
That game 3?
was-
I was at the game that they won.
I hardly remember that. That was going on during fall ball when I was in college, so I had to miss a few of those games. And it was like, so in 2005,
You went to college, Dave?
kinda.
Northwestern.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm a distinguished. I don't even know how
We've
to
seen
say
the
it.
diploma.
Yeah, we gave
Yeah,
you
that's
your
right.
diploma
It's still
last
over there.
time.
It's still over there. I was magna cum laude at Northwestern.
bet
That's
you
one of my
cum laude,
favorite
yeah.
magna cum laude. And we are gonna do this later. I actually tried digging up all the mean tweets on you guys, and I couldn't find anything that good because everybody just likes you guys, which is unfortunate.
We found some. Don't worry, Dave.
We found
Okay.
a few, and it was
I typed in all the keywords and everything, even shit that I can't say online or
Yeah.
I don't want to say. Like I typed them all in, and I found nothing.
You
Nothing
used
like
to-
worth it. I didn't think.
You'd put me up, like you'd try to get me roasted. You'd be like, roast this guy.
That's
and
true.
they would
That's
just come
true.
out and they're
Actually,
like, they would,
I'm gonna
and
look
it
up
worked
that picture.
against you
Yeah.
because they would say he looks like such a nice guy,
Yeah.
and then they'd be like, "Fuck you, Dave, you troll ass motherfucker," you know. And they're like, "Why are you trying to be mean to this guy? He looks like a hardworking man." And I was like, "I don't have a job."
My size summer,
it
that's,
is.
that's
First
when
one.
you were fat and people liked you. Now you got too
Yeah,
skinny.
you
man. You
were-
lost weight, now you're hateable.
ripping haters.
Ripping heaters with cargo shorts on.
Yeah.
You got is that a
The
tattoo?
socks are way up.
Oh, there's 100% a tattoo.
Yeah, the socks
tattoo,
are up.
yeah.
The tribal tattoo.
right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, along your leg.
It's like, this guy's kind of a loser. How can we make fun of him? That was the approach. From the
See, this
people.
is when you know you're in the wrong, and people are roasting you, rightfully so, for this image. I'm sorry for putting you in that spot. Actually, no, I'm not. But you know, and I should have fucking got him in here. I didn't even think to. But Ken W.O. goes, nothing to roast here. Acceptable wardrobe, manly build. That's when you know you're on the short end of the stick.
If he's defending you, yeah, you're
Exactly.
in trouble.
Yeah, I didn't even for mean tweets. I didn't even bother looking at stuff that Ken says to us because that's just like it's almost like out of love.
I have never, ever met someone that's just a normal guy that is just impervious to anything you say to him. It just bounces off him. Like me, I'll come back and I'll, like, if you kick me, I'll kick you even lower. And it's probably not a good thing, but I don't, like, I just do it, as we saw last week on Twitter Sphere. But
Yes, we did.
yeah, I mean, she came at me. I had to, put her in her place a little bit. Nevertheless, but Ken, you can just roast up and down, and he doesn't give a fuck. And I respect that about him.
No, he'll just get right into it.
Yeah.
with
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Just it does. It bounces off of him.
He's
fine
like
with
a bouncy ball. It's
even when
wild.
even when he knows he's incredibly wrong on a topic, he'll just keep going with it. He doesn't
Yeah.
like it. It doesn't slow him down.
He loves the mud. That's what he
loves
He
it.
loves the mud.
He loves the mud, and it's something I wish I had, and I don't in any way.
I'm glad you don't. I like that you fire back. I like that there's the risk that if you come after White Sox Dave, you can get in the fucked around and
But
found out
that's the
category.
other thing.
I
Like,
kinda
I
like
never
that.
and
start
found
shit.
out.
There's
I like
a little,
that. Yeah.
there's a little risk there. I like that.
How do you like? And you guys see it from, like, an outsider. I don't ever start shit on the internet, and I know I bring a lot of this shit upon myself that I get on the internet, but like when it's like actual real beef, I never start it ever. Like, I don't care enough to fucking, like, I'm a fucking White Sox fan sending stupid tweets, and
Right.
it is what it is.
You
though,
just
but-
poorly threw a first pitch, and then you got shit for it. Like,
Oh,
that's
that was I deserved.
I didn't
everything
even
else. That,
I didn't
though.
even post my video
fair.
of you doing it with the sad trombone playing over it. Like, just like, there
That would have been good.
was enough people going after you.
I was telling these guys last week that, so my dad, I'm sure you've heard all the urban legends about him, but he's like 2 or 3 weeks behind the rest of the world because he doesn't do the internet. So that was today's Monday. That was Tuesday. So that was like 10 days ago. So within the next 4 or 5 days, that first pitch will get back to him. So I'm fully expecting that phone call from him roasting me and like calling me an embarrassment. And yeah. So it's coming up any day now.
Something to look forward to.
It
I
is,
like
yeah.
that. It's nice
like, I'm
to
gonna
have
see
that,
the
It's
phone.
like Christmas.
Like, fuck, here it is. He's like, what the fuck are you like with the gum thing? Back in 2016.
Yep.
It took him like 5 or 6. That was quicker because of how big of an asshole I looked like. But he works with a bunch of younger guys that all read Barstool, the 22-year-old kids and shit, and so they all like fill him in on a lot of stuff. That one they filled him in pretty quickly, and he was like legitimately mad that I embarrassed like the Williams name. Oh yeah, the Williams name. And
Love it.
I'll be drinking with him like at Christmas or Thanksgiving. It'll be one-on-one, and eventually the conversation will always shift back to that. And he'll just like, you could see the anger in his face. Like, how could you fucking do that? How could you do that?
Does he like sit you down and try to like teach you how to chew gum? Like, this is
No,
how you do it, son. Like, give you a life lesson there. trying to chew
It's
gum?
like when a kid gets caught smoking and they're like, now I gotta smoke this whole carton of cigarettes. Dave just got a big tub of like bubble yum and it's just like, here, chew all of this or you can't
Big
go
League
back
Chew.
home.
Something like a Big League Chew bucket, like all the pouches.
Just all shredded.
Just, yeah,
just
all
like he's
shredded.
got
He's
a,
like,
I don't even like grape. And he's like, you're going to chew all the damn grape. No sour apple till you get through the grape.
ugh, I'm an asshole. I hate myself.
No, you're not.
I am the worst though.
You
I
should
really
do
am.
that, though. You should come back at people because you get shit for things that you can't even help. You know, like, and you're good about when somebody's attacking you for a position or something. You're good about like having a conversation about it. When they're attacking,
I make sure to do that. That's how Brian Billick and I became like really good friends. Actually,
but you get attacked for like, oh, he's an asshole, he's a jerk, and you've never met
that's
the
when
person,
I'll go fucking crazy.
I can understand why that would be like, hey, listen. Meet me first.
Exactly. If you hate me afterwards, then go ahead.
And if you've been in the general area of you and you've never met me and you still think I'm a dick, it's like, just take it easy. Give it a chance. Hate me later after you know me.
I mean, yeah, but you'll end up hating me anyways.
I couldn't tell if that was a John Lennon Yoko Ono song you were reciting there or not. I don't know what that was. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Rubber band song.
Exactly.
But in the end, I'll say this with White Sox Twitter, a lot of people say it's like toxic, and I think it's the best place on earth. It's super tight knit community, you know, and obviously you guys do a fantastic job, kind of like being the conglomerate of the fan base with your guys being at 75 games a year or whatever. But as a whole, I really like White Sox Twitter, and I've made some great friends over the years, and I love it. It's just like here and there, like I think throw a punch at me and I'll punch back.
People are generally open to, you know, if they put something out there and someone says in a reasonable way, like, hey, think about it this way, or this is wrong because of, you know, you're not thinking about the statistic or that. For the most part, people are like, oh, I didn't know that. Right? Like I saw the other day, someone was talking about banning the shift, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, well, this is a stupid idea. And this guy posted just basically like, look at left-handed versus right-handed, though, the statistics of like the difference in average in OBP when you're left-handed going against a shift. It's a huge disadvantage for lefties, but not for righties. This should even that out a little bit. And the person was like, I've never seen that statistic. That's actually interesting. That's good stuff. That's like how this is supposed to work.
Exactly.
Now, if the guy were to go, fuck your stupid statistics,
you fucking cocksucker,
you stat head asshole, like, yeah, then maybe it didn't work out as great as you would hope.
That's the person I put in the 108 tourney.
That's where they go. But but yeah, I mean, like there's an opportunity to speak to a lot of other White Sox fans and to vent about the White Sox too. I mean, like we get it every game when when something bad goes down. You know, there's a few accounts and I think they'll tag you too, Dave. Like they'll tag us and they'll tag Dave and a few others, and they'll be like, "What the F is this? This is awful." And it's like, yeah, I mean, we're watching too. Like, we agree.
It's inexplicable.
So. For the listeners right now, this was we've had like 2 weeks maybe we've had this kind of scheduled. I did try to get Rick Hahn in here. They did say not until the off season. I emailed them and I know I'm gonna get shit for this, but like I emailed them in full honesty, just assuming the season was cooked. And I knew that was gonna be a tough interview and a tough ask out of the White Sox because like there are a lot of questions asked this organization right, for now. Sure. And I was talking to Beefloaf on the side about this, but I wanted to kind of use you guys as like, hey, I'm not trying to sabotage you guys or like, you know, back you in a corner. We just want to have a conversation about how do we fix this team. Obviously, they're playing probably the best baseball they played all year in the last 10, 12 games or whatever.
Yeah, it's fun to watch.
It's super fun to watch, and and I missed that excitement. We had that little 5-game stretch with Detroit and the Astros, and it was like you got that rush of adrenaline. Like this team's all right, we're cooking, and then it was 9-12 they lost or whatever it was. They're back though, kinda, and the roller coaster is destroying my soul. So I just want to kind of do like a little round table, and we'll start with Beef and just work this way on how you guys have kind of dealt with the turmoil and what's another word I'm looking for? Just the ups and downs of the season, the roller coaster.
Yeah, you know, I try to put it in context. Like we were talking about in the onset, what seasons were brutal to us. For me, 2012 was a really brutal season because they led almost the entire way and blew that lead down the end.
I remember, yep.
And I remember I went on. It was my 10th anniversary trip. My wife and I went to wine country, and I'm not paying too much attention to any of this stuff. And I leave. They're in first. I come back. They're not in first. They'll never see first again. Kind of soul-crushing season like that. So I try to think back, like how how few times we're right there, have a shot to be in the playoffs. And even though the expectations have been humongous, we still have a shot here. We're still kind of right in this thing. So that's why I keep myself like, hey, let's just, like you were talking on the side, like, hey, it's a 3-week sprint. Let's go. Like I'm ready. Mentally, let's go. When it's over, I'll probably have a lot more disappointment if they don't get in. Then I'll have all these feelings will start coming out, but I'm repressing them right now just for the run.
On that note, what is an acceptable season to you from this point forward?
Oh, they got to win the division.
Have to win it.
Have to
Definitely win the division.
But
Yes, have
even
to.
then,
I think you got to get at least one playoff series.
that's
show
where I'm at
just
right
One
now.
win in the playoffs, and then that's okay.
Series.
Oh,
Series.
okay. You gotta
Yeah,
win
yeah,
a
first
series.
series.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like you got to take that down. And then you go face one of the best teams in the league, right? That's what you got next, and that to me is where I'm like ready to go. Like we're rolling the dice here, right? Maybe we get lucky, and I'm fine with that at this point.
Because once you get in, anything
that
can
first
happen.
Yeah, you got a
series,
shot, right.
Yeah.
that first series, they got to be able to line that up and win that series, which includes like you got to like you not only need to win the division, you need to have the division won when you go to when we got Minnesota at the end, because you're gonna have to set the pitching lineup because you ain't got 5 starting pitchers right
Right.
now.
It's God's honest truth, and that's like I'm looking at the schedule this morning when I woke up. I'm like, they're playing great baseball right now, the best they've played all year at least, and it's that schedule. The Guardians almost did it. The Guardians they got kind of easy street, but at the same time, the Sox, they control their own destiny, and they're the most talented team on paper, and there's no excuse for them not to win the division. I don't care how many games they are back. Go and take care of fucking business.
Yeah, just so the way I've been kind of going through the season is I go through every season like this. In fact, is I just root game by game, right? Like I pay attention to that day's game, and I want them to win that day, and that's what I focus on. That day, and then we do a podcast every week on Thursday nights. Check it out on YouTube.
Yeah, shout it out.
Plug,
From
free
the
plug.
one.
And that's like when I'm doing notes for that, that's when I check where they're at in the division, who's moved up, who's moved down, who's on losing streaks, all that stuff. I just kind of don't pay attention to it the rest of the week, and I focus on the Sox have a game tonight, especially if I'm going to that game, right? Like I just want to see them play well when I'm there or when I'm watching on TV, and then like kind of not focus on where they are in the standings. And this was kind of built into us during the rebuild, because like you can't care, right? Like you can't, like half the time you're going like, I hope they're in last place, right? Like but I want to see them win when I go to the park. So that's like the difference that you have to have in your mind. And so like once you get that, like it's easier to compartmentalize each game into its own thing and just root as a fan for that game, right? And that's the way I've been doing it. And it's honestly, it's a lot easier to deal with the ups and downs.
Does that come with age or anything?
No.
I think it comes.
No, that was like not an old joke.
No,
or
it's a
anything.
good question. I think it's a good question.
I think it does. I think it does. It does
yeah.
partially through, like, it's partially getting through the rebuild was one thing. But I think the other thing is, like, as you get older, you kind of look at things on more of a day-by-day kind of cadence and enjoy what you've got. I'm not that old, but I look that old.
Yes.
And my
You're the
body,
youngest one of the three of us.
my body is that old.
You're 38?
I'm 42. I just turned 42.
Okay.
And I look, if you're just listening to this, I look 62, and my body is physically 82.
Yes.
So
It's a good 62, though. It's a good 62.
A spry.
Right?
A spry 62.
That's right.
it's a horny 62.
Yeah. Hey, we got plenty of room in here, too.
The Gil's got to watch out.
Swipes?
That's how
Oh,
good
yeah.
a 62
Swipe
is.
it on, let it dry.
Let's
Doesn't
see.
transfer to a partner. You'll be fucking all night long.
Doesn't transfer to your partner. So
I don't know about,
so
but
my
see,
partner
that
won't get a
comes-
raging erection. That's good. That's
That
good
comes
to
with
know.
age too.
I don't
Like
know
all
what
night
could
long
happen,
sounds
but it's-
terrible to me.
That's right.
All night long sounds very sweaty and exhausting.
Oh, it's the worst.
So
Best Lionel Richie song ever.
Is that the one Cheech is in the video?
no.
Because otherwise, it's
I don't think
Is
so.
that the one?
I think he's in Dancing on the
All right,
Ceiling.
it's been 10 minutes. I'm going to send this back. I'm going to send
all
this
right,
back.
Okay,
cool.
yeah.
I think that I think you're right, Dave. I think as you get older, and Treasy's right too, as you get older, you can appreciate things for what they are versus like you can't live and die. I think during the pandemic and COVID, we lived and died at every game because it was 60 games.
A
And
literal sprint, yeah.
kind of
Yeah,
has
right.
like transferred back now, and people are like, "Oh my God, I can't believe they just lost today." And it's like we have a lot more games to play. And so you got to kind of like ration out all your bad feelings, because there's been people on Twitter, White Sox Twitter has quit on this team 77 times this year, and then they've got back on board 78 times.
And I've been getting drunk
they-
and yelling at them
Yes,
on
you have
Friday
been.
and Saturday nights.
You
Wait,
have-
hold on. What did you get in trouble for the other night? You had a take on something.
Well, at first I a couple of
Oh, it was the cease
The
take.
cease take.
Yeah,
so
it was the cease take.
So yeah, the Sunday game. So mind you, it's a weekend full of drinking for the 108ers. We do the Sunday soak on Sundays, which is a hot tub show we do. We're in the bag by the time we get to the ballpark on a Sunday morning game, like 1 o'clock game. We're trashed by the time we show up. Okay, and I liken it to, I don't know if you ever seen the Chappelle skit where they have Rick James. Rick James
of
is
course,
behind
yeah.
the bar at the China Club, and he's like out of it. That's me basically when I show up on Sunday for a game. So
Pretty much.
watch that Diamondbacks game. Cease is rolling. He had given up a solo home run to some no name in the beginning of the game. 2-1 lead in the 8th. It's like, all right, I got my ace out there. He's got to hold it down. And he gives up a home run to a guy I've never heard of, journeyman dude, some loser that doesn't belong in the same breath as him. And after the game, I vented. I put a tweet out there, and I remember waking up the next morning thinking, you know, when you have that, you come down from being really drunk for an entire weekend, and you have like a little bit of sadness, and you're like,
Dave's in that
damn,
right now.
I'm an
I'm
idiot.
there right
I
now,
shouldn't
yes.
have put that out there. And then as I felt better during the day, I'm like, fuck that. I need my ace to come through in
doubling
that spot.
down.
So I doubled down on it. I felt even better. People were throwing at me like, you're an idiot. This is a C- take. And they were throwing crap at me the whole time. I don't care. I still believe in it. You know what? The man came out the next start and almost threw a
shoved.
no-hitter for us.
Yes.
He shoved it right up the Twins' arse. And we were not going to be denied. We were getting a win that night. And Dylan knew he had to get us one. So like, hey, that's the ace. That's the ace mentality.
Walking home after the Sox got swept by the Diamondbacks and then lost the first one, the Kansas City Royals, was the most depressed I had ever been in during a game. I was like, I do not want to record on Thursday live on YouTube from the 108. I don't want to record live. I don't want to write a blog. I haven't written a lot of blogs this year because it's just been sad to watch.
I haven't
It's
either. It's my
really
fucking job.
hard to watch this team struggle. That said, right after that game, second game against the Royals, the heavens opened up, tried to take Tony away from us, and then he didn't. And he's still here. Thank God.
Run to
But
the light, Tony.
He is not in the dugout anymore. And I don't know if it's correlated, but all of a sudden, Sox start playing good baseball. It's interesting to watch. And everyone's like, hey.
On that note,
let's get back on board this gravy train with biscuit wheels, baby.
He said
Let
he
it
doesn't
go.
know if he's coming back this year. I had this take that I don't want him back ever again. Not because of any of this last couple weeks where they've had a good stretch of baseball since he's been gone. I think he sucks tactically. For instance, the 1-2 counts, all that.
Yeah, yep.
You know,
a lot of
it
questionable
just-
stuff. Yep.
A ton of it. But these guys are all adults. These guys are pros. They run the clubhouse. Tony La Russa doesn't run the clubhouse. Him being there or not doesn't affect, like, everyone's like, oh, you can tell they're playing lively right now because they're winning.
They're winning, right?
You
They're
know,
kicking some ass.
if you're rolling over into 6-4-3 double plays 4 times a day, you're gonna look like you don't give a shit. It's just like he's not telling them to start hitting home runs. You know,
Right.
The home runs are the big difference right
Oh,
now.
it's
too.
the biggest difference.
Like, there's not a lot
And Eloy,
that's changed.
even though you had that blog a few weeks back,
Yes.
I saw the numbers. They were right in front of everybody's face, and I'm like, that doesn't seem like he's been that good. Like, that good.
Yeah.
He has been unbelievable the
He's
last
been
few
a
weeks.
stud, man. He has been a
fucking
stud.
freak.
It's a night and day difference, Dave, with him in the lineup or him not in the lineup. This offense just depends on him so much. And we Jose Abreu's still having a good year, but he's not the old Jose Abreu.
Yeah, of course,
He's shifted into his Michael Brantley era of his career where he's hitting a lot of singles and he's just not the power anymore. We want Andrew Vaughn to become the guy. The power's not quite there yet. Still a very good hitter, hitting well, but he's just Eloy's the difference maker. He's the guy you put him in the
100%.
middle of the lineup, the other team's got to be scared of him. And and he's showing out big time.
It's like there was a hot minute when like this year. It's all and even last year, I mean, the injuries have been fucking wild. And that's another one. I always had the staffs or the training staffs back because I'm like, this is just bad luck.
Right.
Like, these guys are all very qualified to be athletic trainers and all that. Now I'm not so sure, but that's like a whole different conversation. But when
That's what we say for Rick Hahn. Like, what are we doing in the offseason so these guys don't get
stay
hurt
healthy.
anymore?
Yeah, that
There's a major.
You got to get Mr. Miyagi in there for the, you know,
something.
get these guys right or something.
I mean, I hit up Gio.
I think Mr. Miyagi's dead, but
yeah,
we'll
Pat
get
Morita
his,
no longer
we'll get
with
his
us.
protege.
We'll figure it out.
They have massage therapists and all and everything. I hit up Gio like I don't know, I was mooching tickets off him, I think. And
Sounds about
he's
right.
like, yeah, hold on, I'm on the massage table.
That's why Dave
like,
doesn't come see us during the game. He sits in the bougie seats. He don't come out
It's
by
not
us.
that I like to watch the pitchers. I come out there like every
You
3
do.
or 4
You do
games,
come out
or
there,
3
yeah.
out of 4 games,
I'm
I would
just-
say.
I'm
But
just
if it's
busting
like
balls.
if
3 out of
it's
4.
a pitcher duel, I just love watching how the pitcher's working. That's because I'm a baseball weirdo like that. But
Plus, they give you a free
and
ship
you guys
back there,
are.
so I get it.
I pay them for the tickets. They paid. I Venmo them.
We don't have the best vantage
been
point.
with
Is what you're
I actually owe
saying.
Danny Mendick money because he got that family tickets for the wildfire yesterday. So I got to Venmo him right now.
You know, speaking of
He
Dave
probably
coming to
needs
the
it.
section, the last game Dave came to the section, it was funny because he comes by and he sits like right behind me and you, and he goes, "What'd you want?" And we're like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Didn't you signal me to come over here?" We're like, "We waved to you like 2 innings ago."
No, I did signal you for something, but it was something.
it was
that
the
in
wave.
field.
It was the wave.
Yeah,
It was the wave. Like
yeah.
you and I made eye contact,
During
and
the
I'm
wave.
like,
That's right.
and it was from
what
like
the F?
150 feet away, and we made that eye
It's like
contact, and we just
5
shook our
sections
heads.
apart.
Yeah.
We're like, hey, oh man, this is brutal.
And that was in the middle of a fucking no hitter. What are you assholes doing?
That was unbelievable.
That
Oh,
was
people.
I always thought the whole wave sucks things that you got. I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like people want to do it. Now I'm 100% in. It's like, what the fuck are you guys doing?
Well, I
It's
remember
not a fucking EPL game, you losers.
we were in a game earlier this season, and it was like a 1-run game, and one of our relievers was in, and they were doing the wave, and it was obvious that the reliever would not get into his motion when the wave was coming around. He was actually waiting for it to pass and then go.
Yeah.
And we're like, why are you disrupting our pitcher at this moment of a game? This is ridiculous.
Because
And, like,
that's what you do at the
and, like,
ballpark,
honestly-
Treasy. You
honestly-
do the wave, you drink Miller Lite, you do this.
I know the argument. Oh, you're a professional athlete. You should be able to just tune out the wave.
yeah.
People
not
getting
true.
up and throwing their arms behind, like, that is distracting. I don't care who
not
you are.
true.
That's why they still do it at basketball games when you're shooting free throws.
And
Yeah,
we,
exactly.
We defunct that, or what is it, defunct? It's not defunct. We debunked.
functified.
Debunked that myth because we asked my wife's cousin, TJ McFarland, hey, does it matter if
I didn't know that's how you guys knew him.
Yeah. So we asked him, is it different playing a game in front of a bunch of people or no people? And I go, does it make a difference? And he's like, oh, hell yes, it makes a difference. If there's more people there, you're up, you're excited, you're ready to go. So the fans do play a role. I mean, I don't know if
they absolutely do.
They don't have like a 2-game war. They're not like a 2-game. They're not like the
Sod
Sodfather,
Father.
right?
No,
The
they're not Sodfather
Sodfather
level
doesn't
war,
give us
no.
2 wins. The fans don't do that. But they do definitely play a role in getting that player amped up. So if you're not paying attention and you're doing a wave while this guy's trying to strike out and get a win, yeah, he's gonna fuck him up. So stop that, Sox fans.
Like, stop it,
You
please,
dummies.
God, stop it.
Please.
It's super annoying, but like I said, I was indifferent on it, and after this season, I'm like, what are you assholes doing? But it is what it is. That's something I would have liked to ask Rick Hahn if he has the authority to ban the wave.
Oh God, I wish he did.
But whether or not, even if the White Sox go on some miracle run and win it all, which it sucks that I even have to say this, even though I don't believe it, but would that, like, if they win it all, of course it's not a bad thing for the organization. That's what we all
Right.
want. But does that give them an excuse to run this back next year? Does making the playoffs or winning the ALCS
No,
or
because
DS?
I think it's great that we started with the conversation that we did, because 2006 proves that no, you can't just run it back.
No.
It's like
You have to augment.
You have to keep getting better
Yes.
and better. And like, I know they made moves in going into 2006, and that got them to where they got. but that then fell off immediately in 2007. Like, you have to continue to build. You have to make even the smallest adjustments where you're taking one guy out of your lineup and replacing him with someone just a little bit better, right? You're cutting guys that are under contract because they don't fit what you're doing the following year. Like, those moves still have to happen. If you win it all, or if you miss the playoffs, it's the same. Like, you have to keep getting better. The league is not going to stop. The league's not going to go, oh, the Sox won it all. We better not even try next year. Right?
You got the bullseye on your back.
Right,
for
exactly.
sure. But that's like, I how do I want to put this? Last offseason, strike or lockout or whatever aside, it was inexcusable. And I keep using the word hoodwinked. I do feel like the White Sox fan base got hoodwinked, and the players on the team.
Do you know what hoodwink means?
Like, we rug pulled from under us. Like,
Okay.
it broken
I was just making
promises.
sure. I'm like, did somebody tell you that, like on the train or something? You're like,
No,
I'm
I
going to
think
use
it's just
this.
a
and-
funny
I
word.
suck. Summer's just testing you because he didn't know what it
No,
meant.
I know.
He's trying to,
He
he's
has
trying
no
to get
fucking
the
idea.
definition
For
out.
these guys
It's
so
like
much.
it's like when
Yeah.
you go to a party and you don't know someone's name, so you introduce yourself first, so they'll tell you the name.
That's my
that's
go-to
what you were
move.
just doing.
I
That's
love
all.
that
Of course.
move.
So
That's
yeah.
our move.
Real quick on that, I used to work for a guy, and he's like,
Costanza.
his move for that was, he used to ask people, how do you spell your name again? And he goes, and it worked until one dude was like,
K
B-O-B. It's like, shit. I think he knows I didn't know his name.
That's
Oh,
why I
it's
like
not
having
Roberto with some, yeah.
That's why I like having the wife there when we go to games. I'm like, this is my wife, Devin. And they're like, hi, I am Dave.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. So then you know, because I'm like, I don't know who this guy's name is. I mean, I knew a White Sox Dave's name. I mean, it's in his tagline. Right. Honestly, that. But like most
It's Wildcat
people, like,
Dave right now. I can't change it back because it would ruin the juju. The day they lost it was after they got swept by the Diamondbacks, I think. I'm like, all right, it's football season, Wildcat Dave. And
yeah.
Then they went on a tear, so I can't move it back.
gotta leave it,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's bad juju.
That's absolutely right.
But going back to that, the White Sox got worse this year, as obviously it's referenced by their record heading into the last 20 whatever games there are left. How do they fix this? You came into the office, what was it, 10 days ago or so?
And it was something like that. You and I ran through the free agents, and there's not much there that would help the White Sox.
There isn't.
You know, you got a fucked up head. Like, I was walking the dog this morning, and I'm just going through what they can do to, like, make this better.
Right.
And it's just like what I'm thinking about, because we all love the White Sox and we're all crazy about this organization in spite of the pain and anguish they put us through every single fucking year.
Yeah, we're addicted. That's right.
We're addicted. No, and
We're addicted
when
to
I
the
did
White
that
Sox.
therapy thing last
Yeah.
week, he's
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
they've hijacked it. That wasn't a joke, that part. Like, the whole thing was a joke. But, like, I will never quit this team. I can't quit it. None of you guys the same
No,
way.
hell
We're
no.
legitimate addicts for this team. But, like, you look at the free agents going into next year, there are a handful that I think that you have to be all in for. I do think that you need to cut bait with people that are extended, and Larry Garcia, cough.
It's like,
I've got Joe
Stop
Kelly
worrying
in
about
front of
Cliff
Fleury in that line.
He can't throw a strike for his life.
Yeah, and he's got a
Next year.
contract for next year.
He does. Something we've said a lot and we reiterate a lot is the White Sox are willing to gamble on anything except contracts. And if you could imagine having a Bryce Harper right now on this team,
What a perfect fucking
you just
Yeah, no kidding.
how insane
25
is
million
that?
a year. That's not even a high AV.
You could have gotten that. Now, even taking it down to even more of a basic level, imagine this team with Carlos Rodon. Give him the qualifying offer. Give him a 2-year deal. You know, his arm's cooked. And you know what? Half the fan base was like, he's done. He's never going to be that good again. We don't need him. Look what he's done this year. You know, it's like you these things, like, it's just
It's not
money.
even that they didn't bring him back. It's that they didn't replace him with anybody.
Right.
No, you know who his replacement was? It was Kendall Graveman. Because Graveman took Kopech, and that was their way of cheaping out that way. And people are like, oh, they had 190 minutes. It's like, no.
So the money was spent. It was spent
was
poorly.
spent bad.
Like,
Yeah,
if I
that's right.
if I send you to the store with $190 for, hey, we've got a podcast to do today, and you bring $190 in water, I'm like,
What are we gonna do with this?
Spent poorly. Yeah.
Or Twinkies.
No. We can have fun.
Don't those
with Twinkies.
appreciate in value now because they're like non-existent or whatever?
Well, that was for a bit.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
they pulled the wool over our eyes. We got hoodwinked on the Twinkies. They
There
thought
we
they
go.
were going
There we
away
go.
for forever.
I brought it back,
You know,
baby,
and then
yes.
It's been
they
about 10
brought
more
them
minutes.
back.
Congrats. But I've heard the theory floated out there, Dave. So I'm a huge Jose Abreu fan. Always have been.
Of course.
The White Sox are in a weird spot with a lot of guys that should be DHs, making up
Half the fucking roster.
well, and basically making up the meat of their good hitters
Yep.
on offense, right? And part of the reason we're in this spot is the guys that aren't DHs haven't produced at all. The Yohan Moncadas of the world, the Yasmani Grandals. But I've heard the theory out there is let Jose Abreu walk and use his $18 million a year or whatever he was making, and get yourself an outfielder that is just a league average hitter but a good defender, and immediately improve all that defense. And there's a way you can fill the Jose Abreu hole. Like, do it with getting other parts of value, base running, defense, and not expect you're going to get a 140 WRC plus hitter on the free agent market. What do you think about like going in that direction?
I keep bouncing back and forth this so much because he has been, aside from Eloy the last, but Eloy hasn't been on the field all year. And he's never on the field.
Right.
He has been the best hitter on the team this year. And how do you get better when you subtract your best hitter from the roster, But like I said, I was walking the dog this morning. I'm like trying to, because I was more mentally planning this conversation for this afternoon. And I think the only way to go about it, aside from like, minor trades and shit, because you don't want to mortgage the top half of the farm, which has actually been probably the lone bright spot.
it's producing.
It's
It
producing
is.
great right now.
Yeah, it's nice.
By trading that, like the Montgomerys and Colas of the world,
Right.
the best way to go about it, the easiest way would be to throw a shit ton of money at it, but they're not going to fucking do that. So what are they going to do? Because you cannot run this back in any way. The roster's flawed. In spite of what they do the rest of the year, they could win it all. It doesn't matter to me. This roster is very, very blatantly flawed.
The process
The
is
other thing
flawed.
too is I don't think that they would. I don't think that they would make I don't think this is the front office that makes an extremely unpopular trade, right? Like you remember Kenny Williams trading Carlos Lee,
For pods, yeah.
and like that was unpopular. The result ended up being good, right? Like, but at the end of the day, it was unpopular. Trading Frank Thomas, or it's letting Frank Thomas go, I should say. It's like those types of things. I don't think that this front office does that. So like where you could do something, you could trade a Tim Anderson, or you could trade an Andrew Vaughn and probably get a return.
A lot of people are starting to say that,
and then
for
you
TA.
start to
Right.
open up like, okay, now there's free agents that we can go after that makes sense on this roster. I just don't see the front office doing that. I do see Rick Hahn, if there's one thing that he's been good at, is when you trade one of those guys, getting a good return. He's done that. He's had positive returns on those types of trades. Is he willing to do that in a contention window? I don't know.
That's to me, at least, my opinion on something like that. That is, you better not be wrong, because that's, if you are wrong, that's a career death sentence for you.
He's got to do the inverse Aaron Rowan for Jim Thome. He's got to do the reverse of that. Right? He's got to trade the Thome type and get the Aaron Rowan type back. Basically, is the deal here.
Yeah, and like the name that I keep seeing, and it makes all the sense in the world, is Brandon Nimmo. And I know that's
my guy.
And everybody's been saying that, but like I look at him, lefty stick.
I got an issue with him with the one issue with him. He fits all the. He checks
Apparently,
all the
he's
boxes.
a real cock in the locker room.
Okay, I would have guessed it because he does that fake eyewash bullshit of sprinting to first when he gets a walk. To me, when you sprint to first on a walk, I don't know. The red flag's in the B-flow size.
But
I'm
that's-
not sure.
I still
But
don't
maybe
like
we
David
need
Eckstein
that.
because of that. Like
We got all these
That's very
fancy,
fair.
fancy pants guys that want to be friends with each other. Maybe we don't do that.
You
maybe
need one jerk
maybe you
in
get a
the-
dickhead in there, and then he brings all the team together. AJ presents.
they
me.
already had Dallas Keuchel. He didn't do it.
Oh, but he's a pitcher. He's only every 5 days. He's not something you have to depend on.
MSS got a
Every
pulse.
day,
So
right.
maybe they need one guy to hate.
And also,
Could be right.
Dallas Keuchel wasn't good. If Dallas Keuchel was good, then you take your
That's-
shit a
that's
little
a
bit
good
better.
point. That's a
Because
good
if
point.
if he sucks, then you're like, well, fuck him, and that's what happened. Dallas sucked, and they were like, yeah, fuck him.
Goodbye.
I'm not listening to this guy. Like, he was getting clowned by Tim Anderson on Instagram, and he's like, I had to teach these guys, and Tim Anderson writes up, teach us, yeah, LOL.
Yeah,
You're just like, come on. This
Not
is
even being
ridiculous.
subtle about it either.
No.
I played Call of Duty with him when he got signed. And,
Keuchel?
Yeah, Keuchel. And this
You're
is
so famous.
I'm not saying I never had a problem with him, but I will say this: I did notice he was never playing video games as his career on the South Side went on. He was never playing with those guys. And I always thought that was a little odd.
That's weird.
That is odd.
Aside from when he first signed with the team,
So he's not
Is
hanging
that-
with them. He's kind of.
I mean I
I
could be way reading into this differently.
No.
I will say this though: that night, the night that he got released, I logged on and he was on. And I wanted to say something to him, but I didn't. I
He
was
suddenly
like,
had some free time. It's
yeah, it's just going.
So,
fry
what
some-
are those?
Good luck with all the
12-year-olds.
teams you're going to play for this year.
Where even is he right now?
Rangers just cut him, I
I
think.
think he's out there. He's free right now.
He's the new.
He'll be a
new
Pirate soon, I think.
He's
Bring
the
him
new
back.
Carson Fulmer, just going around to every team and getting DFA. It's a DFA tour. So, what do you learn about the players? Because we're not gamers, we're not out there doing that. But what do you get from a Giolito or a Keuchel when you're playing Call of Duty with them? Do you,
I don't really
you
talk
talk
about
shop,
baseball.
or you just
Not
what do
really,
you
no.
talk?
But even about their personality, right?
They're everybody I've got to know, and it's a very, very, very small personal level. I'll say this: I will go to war for Danny Mendick, and him and I had an actual
nice.
long conversation about 2 weeks ago, and. One, he's such a lunatic that he swore to God that if the White Sox were in the playoffs, that he would be back for the playoffs. And I'm like, that's my guy.
Love it.
And
he doesn't have working legs,
He's got
right?
one leg.
he is a psychopath in that, and that's why I love him. But
he showed up in Seattle though, right? Like
Yeah,
he was in the booth and
He was in the
everything.
booth for a little bit.
He said just he said mind off of everything because he wants to be back so badly right now that he'll go to the golf course and all he can do is putt on the putting green and
it's such a shame he got hurt because he was having his Brent Lillibridge year.
He-
that year out of nowhere was just crushing. It was
He was awesome.
journeyman. He was killing it out of nowhere.
I mean,
if
if they actually go on any sort of run, you can look back on Danny Mendick. Obviously, Elvis Andrews is playing out of his fucking skull right now, and it's
Yes.
incredible to watch. And Johnny Cueto, who was a scrap heap guy, a few of those guys.
Elvis Andrews.
Yeah, Elvis. He's been
Oh, you said that?
a freak. Yeah.
Now Dave knows what it's like to be in the one.
Yeah, now you know.
I mean, I'm usually the one pulling that move. So
My dad's only told me 17 times in the last 12 hours that he's been in Chicago that I wish they would have signed Elvis Andrews earlier.
now people are trying to say
couldn't
trade
have.
Tim and
That's
just
what I
give
said.
Andrews
I tried to explain that, and then it was like, yeah, you're right, Dad. We should have signed him earlier.
just give up on it. Who cares?
He was very expensive if we would have tried to get him earlier.
That's right.
I don't even know how a team like Oakland just lets him see you later, but whatever. One man's trash, another man's treasure.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I was talking to Danny, and he asked me, he's like, "Are you doing all right? Because you seem really." I'm like, "You guys fucking stink." No, I'm not doing all right. I don't care about anything on this planet aside from not my family, fuck them, not my asshole friends, fuck them,
Yep.
my dog, and the White Sox. That's it. And you guys are ruining my fucking summer. But we had a really good talk. And like I said, I don't really talk a lot of baseball with these guys here and there. But I texted him maybe an hour after our conversation ended. I'm like, please God, do baseball a favor and get into coaching as soon as you're done playing. He's like, that's the plan. And I really think that. And he told me that he wants Willie Harris in some way because Willie Harris.
We've heard this
That's
from another
right. That's
former
good.
minor leaguer in the Sox org that was like,
This is the guy.
Willie Harris is awesome.
is
And
the
this
guy.
Yeah.
He is going to be a World Series manager one day.
Yeah, we heard that whispers too.
And this isn't Danny Mendick saying I'd rather have him because all those guys really like Tony. They really like Tony. We have been the reason that we stunk this year. It's on the players in the end. Tony's not swinging the bat. The clubhouse is completely fine. There's clicks in it, but there's clicks in every fucking.
There's going to be clicks.
Every place
anything,
you work,
yeah.
there are
Every
clicks.
place you work. That doesn't mean we're
There's
all at
clicks
each
on the
other's
108.
neck.
That's
Those
right.
two guys do things and they don't invite me.
Oh,
Exactly.
That's totally not true.
It's a little
true.
rude
That's totally
sometimes.
true, actually.
I mean,
You needed
You're
one
an acquired taste.
You're like, hey, every clubhouse needs an asshole.
I'm the asshole.
I'm the
Oh,
asshole.
you are
Yeah,
the
Trezo.
asshole.
That's
So
true.
sometimes you don't get invited, all right? Deal with
Hey,
it.
should I invite MSS? Treasy's like,
No,
not
I
this
don't
time.
know.
He's out.
No whites except our wives.
Dude, even
Cheers
took
to
our
that.
good women.
I got my buddy Kenny. He's half Vietnamese and he calls me sea salt when I start acting up.
I love it.
He's like, you sea salt. Like I'll add because he's a musician. He was in AWOL Nation, if you guys remember them.
Oh yeah.
And whenever I ask, because he follows music like we follow baseball, and this is a complete tangent, but if I hear a new band, I'll throw it to him. He's like, no, get the shit away from me. And I'll be like, this is fucking awesome music. And he's like, man, you are so fucking sea salt. I'm like, yeah. He's like, Stevie Ray Vaughan, John Mayer, like how fucking sea salt? Like, yeah, of course they're good. Like, don't give a shit. Been there, done that.
Man.
But
You like John Mayer that much?
I fucking love him. I saw him and Dead and Co. at Wrigley this summer, and it's the best concert I've ever been to. I've seen a lot of good concerts. Actually, I golfed with the lead singer of Rise Against on Friday. He's friends with Scott Darling. Sweetest dude ever. Super cool. He's an Arlington Heights guy. Actually, a big Sox fan. Didn't know that.
Is he prepping the lawn for the Bears to move up or what?
What do you mean the lawn?
Well,
getting
ready for the Bears. Getting ready for the Bears to move
We
there
were
in
at
10
that
years.
game yesterday. They just installed that grass. What did they not
So
have turf for? It's like Roger Bossard probably watches those games and is damn near close to having a grabber every time he looks at that
I
field.
just wonder how the state of Illinois has, because they're in charge of it, right? It's
Yeah,
Park
it's the
District
Park
or
District.
something. Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe that they haven't just called Roger Bossard and said like, hey man, do us a solid. This is fucking embarrassing.
I got a theory on this. I assume Bossard, with regards to that stadium, because it's so fucked up and like they just destroy everything there. He's going the Seth Godin route. Seth Godin's like a famous blog, whatever. He would set his speaking fees so high that almost no one would ever choose to.
Don't want to sell price.
That's right.
Don't want to do it price.
Correct. Yeah. So he puts that the don't want to do it price because he probably don't want anything to do with that. He don't want his name wrecked by having to be involved with that thing.
As a freelancer, I totally understand the don't want to do it price. You're like, oh, how much do you want to do? Oh, that seems very expensive.
Yes,
yes,
it is.
Yes, it is.
There you go.
It'll be done well though.
that fucking.
I just love the fact that you're hanging out with Danny Mendick or talking to Danny Mendick. And I love that Danny Mendick is really concerned about your well-being. Like, these are things that are just,
no, but
like,
that's the
great.
kind of dude those guys, like all of them.
I just love that we're gonna have to go to war with Dave next year when we're talking about the roster, because I don't want Danny Mendick on it.
No. Danny can stay, but his boy Adam Engel's probably gonna go. He's struggling. He's struggling a little.
Someone's getting pushed
He
off.
needs another hitting lesson from me when
He
I
does.
completely
Yes.
shit-faced
Okay.
that-
If you promise to do that, then the one awayers can get behind and keep him on the roster.
Kitty O'Shea's,
Kitty
yeah.
O'Shea's. But we don't know if we're going to have Sox Fest, so we don't know if anyone's going to get that one-on-one. So you might just have to invite him to 108 Fest, which will
That's
probably
fine.
be at Reggie's. Again.
That'll happen again.
He might pop
January.
in.
Sure, I'm sure Dave will be on the panel with us again, like last year.
I'll be there.
Dave, can we ask you one question?
Of course.
Because he's a good personal friend of yours. What the fuck's going on with Lucas Giolito?
He knows it more than anybody.
Oh, I know, and I think that's a fair statement.
So-
like, he's upset, but what is happening right now?
He
You're a professional.
hit me
You
up
used to be a big baseball player. What's
like
going
a
on?
week ago, and this is when Kopech was on the IL. He goes, "You guys are fucking psychopaths. You know that?" I'm like, "Who's we?" He's like, "Sox fans." I'm like, "Yeah, very much so." But like, why
Check
this
that
right now? It
box.
was like an hour before the game. Kopech was doing side work in the bullpen, and I guess some Sox fan is just fucking laying into him, like, "You fucking pussy, like get in the fucking like, really being a douche."
This
to
is
him.
another reason why the bleachers suck.
And
Exactly.
and Gio fucking knows more than anybody that he's had a bad year, and
Yeah.
I think he thinks too much. Like, and I would never give aside from Adam Engel, professional athlete, any unsolicited advice. But like, if I'm watching him on
Except for Adam
TV,
Engel.
you can see him get behind a hitter early in the game, like first or second inning,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden the hamster wheel's spinning a little too much. He tries to be a little too perfect. His mechanics get out of whack a little bit. But if you go back to the Oakland series, what do you have, like 13 strikeouts or whatever, that first Oakland game of the playoffs?
Yeah, the playoff game. Yeah, he dominated.
And he had that picture where it was just like
the Undertaker.
laser focus.
Yep.
And
Yep.
on that, one, he got too big, got too tight. He lost elasticity in his arm. It's not like people think that it's like a health thing, the reason his fastball's down a couple ticks this year. I think it's straight up. He had a bad workout program this winter, and he needs to get back to having that core flexibility and that arm whip where he's throwing 96, 97. And once he's there, you have more margin for error to, to kind of dance around a little bit. Right now, he doesn't. He's flat. Obviously, the spider tech shit that was taken away from a lot of pitchers, that doesn't help anybody, but adapt or die. You got to get better.
Right, figure out something.
And I will also go to war that he will have a more typical, like we've seen over the last, prior to this year, since 2019?
Yeah, that's right.
Where he was Lucas Giolito, and I really think he's going to get back to that next year. Everybody knows he wants that big payday. Next year is his walk year.
He's got to have it.
He's got to have it.
Do you think the pitch clock actually will help him because it'll give him less time to think?
That's the one thing I have told all these fucking pitchers on the team. I'm like, you watch Johnny Cueto pitch, and you could see his thought process. It's like a concrete, tangible thing, and like he'll be like giving body English and stuff to will pitches on the edge of the plate. He gets the ball and he throws it. Dylan Cease has been incredible this year. He works slower than Jose fucking Quintana, and it drives me insane. It drives me crazy. Giolito works so fucking slow. Kopech, he's like got to adjust his hair and like all the sweat and everything. It's like, dude, you guys are thinking too much. Trust your shit. Get on the fucking mound and throw the ball. Get on the mound and throw the ball. So yes, I do think that will help them. And but haven't they already had the pitch clock? Or nobody enforces that shit, so you got to start enforcing it.
Well, the enforcement starts next year.
Yeah. Okay,
but they've had it though, right?
So they had it going.
It's been there.
And you're not supposed to like
take
take one. Like you're only supposed to take 1 foot out of the box to like get signs, and that they stopped enforcing that after 3 games.
Right.
Yeah. I was never a big pace of play guy. Like I don't give a shit. It's baseball. It's not. There's no time limit.
Same.
Like I'm gonna watch the game. Right.
You can drink the entire
worse
time.
every single year, and to the point where I'm like, you guys need to figure out how to cut these games from 4.5 hours down to 3.5.
I mean, for us, it's less the total length and more the amount of inaction in the middle.
Right.
Like when you get a reliever in there and they're taking 30 seconds between pitches, it's like,
that's
let's move it
Come
along.
on.
We want to watch something.
Exactly.
Here. Let's go.
Exactly. So, yes, to answer the question, 100%. If like. Have you guys seen the Clockwork Orange where they like guys?
No, never seen that movie. What's that movie?
Great movie. I haven't seen it in a minute.
Stanley
but,
Kubrick? No, never heard of it.
Like Johnny Cueto, I know he got shit on yesterday, and we're recording this on Monday the 12th, and this will come out the 14th, Thursday, whatever day that week is. So it's
gonna be anticipation boner for like 2 days
for everybody. Yeah. But I watched Johnny Cueto pitch, and obviously he's on the tail end of his career. Got shit on against Oakland the other day, but that's how you pitch. That guy's a pitcher. These guys have all the physical tools in the world. Every last one of them. Obviously, Cease might win a Cy Young this year.
Yep.
Get the ball and throw the ball. Get the ball and throw the ball.
Love it.
Like seriously, stop thinking. It's like The Sandlot. It's a stupid kids movie, but that quote is 100% true. Like you got to stop thinking too much.
You're totally right about this, Dave, especially about them just being throwers as opposed to pitchers. And Cease, I think we're starting to see it, though, because he's starting to pitch to contact when he knows they can't hurt him.
Early in the game,
he's letting them hit the ball. They're getting no results because his stuff is ridiculous. Like you're saying,
insane.
Just put it up there. Let them try to hit it. And they're not able to
dare
do
him.
He's starting to
But then, no names that you've never heard of hit
bombs off him.
Bombs
Diamondbacks,
and assholes on Twitter start shit talking you.
Dave, why would you not
I resemble that remark.
Why would you not tell pitchers to like do that? Well, the guys that you know on the team, why would you not say that to them?
I have said that to him.
Okay, because you said I would never give you would never tell
that's the one
Lucas,
no,
like hit that thing. Why would you not
you
do
watch
that?
Giolito's mechanics, and you hear the word repeatability a lot in baseball. It's usually used in reference to a pitcher. I think a hitter has to have repeatability in his mechanics as well.
Right.
Like Adam Engel, it's a new swing every fucking week again. And you have to have that muscle memory that takes usually an entire winter and off season to develop. And you watch Giolito and his mechanics get all wonky. And back when he was, top 5 Cy Young Lucas Giolito, and I do think he will get back there because he's 27, 28 years old or whatever.
He's not done.
He's
not done.
Far from done.
Right.
Like this is those things outside car washes that signal like a deal, like the little Gumby looking air blowing
the air
things.
guys.
Yeah.
The air guys.
Yeah, the air guys.
Yeah.
Lucas Giolito's got so many moving parts in his. That's what he reminds me of. Yeah. But when he was at his best, he was a mechanical. Every pitch is coming from the exact same slot. And we saw it a couple of weeks ago I hit him. I'm like, that's the best you looked all year. He only went like 6 innings and gave up like a couple runs, but like every single pitch is coming from the exact same slot, and he was just dotting I's. He got hit around a little bit, I want to say, in that start, but like he's got to get back to the basics and like find that razor sharp precision with his mechanics, and then stop thinking so much.
Tell him
like
that.
trust your fucking shit, man. You're Lucas Giolito, you're 15th overall pick or whatever it was.
Yeah.
You know, back-to-back All-Stars, top 5 Cy Young. Like it's all in your arm, man. Like just trust it, and the rest will take care of itself.
All around good guy, loves cats.
Oh, they're the best, yeah.
I mean, just a
baby,
good person.
yeah.
We love Papa G. I mean,
he's the best.
I've actually never talked to his dad before.
His dad is a wonderful man.
Yeah,
He's
loves-
awesome.
He comes to your guys' section here and there, right?
He's come and visit before, and we've had him on some stuff, on some 108 stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome dude.
I think
Him
you
and
should
his,
still tell him that though, because I think you guys are friends. Like he caught your bad first pitch, and made sure that it didn't like
Almost didn't
green into somebody's head.
That was
way,
an athletic
that was a
play.
great
Listen,
play.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
If
was a great
Lucas
play.
Giolito was 6 inches shorter, he would not have caught that.
Yeah, that would have been. Thank
God he
for
is
his
7'7".
Yeah.
Because if he wasn't, it would have been really bad.
Do you guys know who Ryan Whitney is? The hockey player that works for us. He used to play hockey.
The
He's
spitting chick.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the drink, right?
The pink Whitney.
yeah, Pink Whitney. Yeah, there's a picture of me walking off the field of Gio, and obviously I'm fucking size of one of his legs. and Ryan, who's I hate this guy so much, but I absolutely love him to death. He tweeted the picture, "I'll bring your child to work day," and I was funny. Fuck, I can't even say anything to that.
It's good. Then Dave didn't see my tweet where I put out there the picture of them standing next to each other, and I put your stated height on Tinder and your actual height.
Oh my God.
Glad you missed that, Dave.
I did not see that one. I did not see that. That
Dave,
was good.
are you on Tinder?
No,
Make
yet.
sure.
I'm not.
Not yet.
Now,
He'll
yeah,
be 6 foot on Tinder. Him and Andrew
Oh,
Vaughn,
my
both 6
program
foot.
height was 5'9" in college.
Got that 108 bump now. You can
You
get on
gotta give
Twitter.
that 2 inches. So
Vaughn's got
And
4
15
inches
pound.
they're giving him.
Yeah, he's got to be 5'8" or something like that.
Andrew
right?
Vaughn is shorter
5'9".
than Jason Benetti. Like when we went to that White Sox prom,
I'd say he's
the Signal
5'10".
tournament.
Yeah.
he's
No, he's
literally
not 5'10".
no, he's
You don't think
shorter.
so?
He's
No,
shorter
because
than
I'm
Jason
like
Benetti.
5'9". I'm about the same height as Andrew Vaughn. He might be shorter.
I
than
don't
me.
think I've ever stood next to him. He doesn't. He looks. Talk about fucking slow.
He walked by me at that thing.
guys have the same size ass,
he was
though.
either about the same size or height, I should say, or a little bit shorter. But that dude is like a lumberjack.
Oh,
yeah.
his legs, man, are tree trunks. Holy moly.
We
got
were
those
talking about this on the
forearms.
podcast not
Yeah.
too long ago.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was like, I'm not saying I'm as big as Andrew Vaughn. I'm saying I'm as
Your
tall
butt is.
as Andrew Vaughn.
right.
Andrew Vaughn could walk up to me, grab me by the face, and rip my body in half. Like, he's strong as hell. Like, you could tell.
He's
Just
an
like
ox,
you just
yeah.
stand next to that dude, and you're just like, this guy's a beast, but short,
But your guys is
which
like,
isn't great for a first baseman.
your guys is like legs and butt are probably the same though. Because
I
you got
mean,
a juicy double.
Buttocks,
I got a juicy
buttocks,
double.
baby, yeah.
So, like, I think we got a similar dump truck.
Yeah.
But we're similarly slow.
Compared to Chief's ass, I always make fun of Chief for having an ass that won't quit. That's how I word it. Is it similar to that? Because I've never really checked out Andrew Vaughn's ass.
I don't know. I've neither seen Chief or
Chief
Andrew
has
Vaughn
an ass?
twerk.
Yeah, bring
So-
Chief back in here if you could.
Is it 'cause
I want
is
to
it
see his
because
cheeks.
he's-
Danny, can you go
After
get?
this,
can
we'll
we-
just get him to twerk
Yeah,
a
let's
little
get
bit.
Yeah.
Chief's ass in here. We
God,
need to,
see, this is why we need to get famous,
measure
guys.
it.
Because if we do famous, then we have a guy that will just go get cheap to like show his ass to us. Like
not
right
just the
now,
guy,
we
that's
just have to
Danny,
think
man.
like-
You know Danny.
That's Danny Lance.
You know Danny Lance.
Oh, hey,
Come on
Danny
now.
Lance. He's. I think somewhere here.
Well, I guess
And
we'll find out.
I hope Danny didn't walk off thinking we want to see his bare ass.
No,
No,
We don't need to
I
see
do.
that.
I mean, if that's what we got, it's okay, right?
This
I
is
mean,
for
it's
medical
fine.
research. So
We're not giving
It'll
a
be-
prostate
this
exam
is
here.
important,
We're just
you know?
we're just looking for a
Coming there, he
for a
is.
size.
All right,
All right.
come in here.
Oh, he does have an ass.
Let's see the tank, baby.
we need to have you do a little. No. Stand in.
We just
front
want to see. We just want to see
Let's
your
see your
ass.
ass. Let's see your tank.
No,
No, not like actual ass. You fucking
No,
lunatic.
he's pulling up his pants. That's all.
I thought he was going to pull.
Were you about to down?
Your butt.
No, he's got quality.
Turn
ass.
around. Do a
Is
little
it because
spin.
of all the
Look at that.
rollerblading?
Treasy, what do you think? You got him out ass or no?
Skating and rollerblading?
Should we get Treasy
That
next
works
to
the
him?
ass. Yes, I think we do
close.
need.
Get in
Let's
there.
get Treasy get up there.
Right next to him.
Let's
I
get
see your
next to
ass
him.
next to his.
So,
Treasy, you're our Mexican Andrew Vaughn. Get up there. Let's just see
Get
what
a picture of
happens.
this.
I'm gonna definitely
my
take a
sex summer,
picture
just to make sure.
because we have to have this.
You better yank it up and Let's get it.
He's got.
Oh wow, man, it's
Chiefs
comparable.
got him,
Nice.
but-
I think Chief has him.
Chiefs got him by a couple inches though, too. So that's important.
Man, that's a thick pooper. I love it.
Yeah, you're just.
That's all- that's all he needs.
Appreciate you, Chief.
Go finish your blog about Notre Dame, okay? Just finish it. God damn it. Portnoy's going to have your ass.
Man, I can't
What,
believe
uh,
Treasy got ass dominated
Oh,
on
my
the
God.
show. This is upsetting, man.
What a dump truck.
Yeah, he's got a fat ass. He's got a fat
Let's see if his
ass.
ass holds up when he's your age, though.
That's
we'll
true.
play
I've
the
been,
age card.
I've
We
been
play the age
sitting on
card?
my leathery ass for a long time. Well, you know what? I wonder if me and Chief were to somehow like station from
Here we go.
Bill and
Here we
Ted,
go. Yeah.
could we out ass Adam Engel?
I doubt
Oh,
it.
he's got an ass.
100%
He's
doubtful.
got an
Dump
ass.
truck.
He does. It's got a dump truck.
100%
Okay.
doubtful.
My favorite descriptor of anything that's ever been described ever was when my Sox summer, what was it? Oh, I said I could break 6 seconds in a 40 or something like
did.
that. So we went outside, and this is a couple years ago. And
2020. Times were weird. Times were weird in 2020.
And my Sox summer quote tweets a picture of Chief. It's like,
Oh, okay.
was that a candid shot? I forget what the.
It was in the video. It was a screenshot
No,
from the video.
that was your it was your
Yeah.
screenshot, and
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
he looks like the guys that used to sell me acid at Lala in the 90s. Or something.
No. This is a guy. This is a guy selling mushrooms to kids at a fish show. I saw him many times because he had a fucking satchel. He had a satchel.
He still uses that thing.
He's got a goddamn satchel.
Well, he's like holding.
He's
like,
not Indiana
half a
Jones. What the
salad, too.
fuck?
Like there's like he's holding food, but it's like just lettuce in there. It's like this very weird setup he's got going.
But
on.
he's definitely like, yo, I got doses or
Yeah.
shrooms or whatever you need. And he's got his finger
got
up
some
looking for a
Hetties.
ticket. I need a miracle.
Just waiting, dude. Take this 30 minutes before Trey plays split open and melt, and your fucking face is gonna melt off itself, bro.
God, I love fish. I miss him.
I haven't seen Fish before. I would love to see Fish.
It's a fun time.
Oh, yeah.
They were hit and miss though because I saw them when they only had like 5 albums and like so that you could have a good show or that you could have like a show that all the nerds like.
Yeah,
and I was
that-
definitely
oh,
not
yeah.
a nerd guy, so I wasn't.
You just gotta
too into
play
it.
the hits. What were we talking about?
Down with disease.
We're here to talk about the White Sox, right?
yeah.
I don't know.
Oh,
My
I
day's
got the.
ruined.
I got the. Because you got out assed.
I'm out assed. I like
You got out assed.
the one thing I still got going for me, and it's
Hey,
out,
I mean,
out
he's
the
got
window.
out
the window.
3-4 inches on you and
got
like
some height and
70,
weight on
80
you.
pounds on you.
Don't try and make me feel better.
A little bit of width.
And he's
this
younger
is-
too.
If
You know
this
what
is
you
how
gotta
you make
do?
Giolito feel better, I could see why he's having such a bad season.
You know what you got to
fault.
do though? Just eat a lot more fried food and shit.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I can
He's
do
an
that.
expert.
And start rollerblading.
So I'm a little hungover after the
I can't
Bears
roll
game
it.
yesterday. I cannot wait till about Sox don't play tonight. This would have been perfect for a Sox game. At 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, sun starts going down. I look over in that there freezer in my kitchen, pop a couple of those 3-chew gummies.
oh,
And then once they kick in, fire up Uber Eats and just get all the fried food.
There we go.
Like I was looking
respect that
forward to
move
that,
right there.
but I don't have a
Well,
White Sox
you
game
got
to
Monday
watch.
Night Football, right?
Yeah, that's
Monday
true.
Night
That's
Football.
yeah,
it's
football.
the first one.
Who's playing tonight?
I have no idea.
It's-
I don't like football.
I don't care.
It's Denver
Denver?
and Seattle.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
that's
right.
right. Yeah.
That's
So
right.
it's the Russell
Actually, if
Wilson
Seattle
revenge
wins,
game.
then I get I
Russell
win a nice
Wilson.
$200.
Is he on the? Is he's on the Broncos?
He's on
He's on the Broncos now.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, and they're playing Seattle.
Yeah.
Is that asshole still coach of the Seattle?
Pete Carroll?
Pete Carroll.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, he
fuck
is.
that guy. I
That
don't like
fucking guy.
I don't like.
If he would have just given the ball to the best
that fucking
running back,
9/11 truther.
I was gonna say,
Wait,
is it
he's
any
got
wonder
some
they didn't
wild
let
ideas.
his team play yesterday? Is there any wonder?
The schedule maker was on point there. It's like, we're going to leave Pete Carroll out of this thing.
Just in case anyone thought the 108 was only baseball. I know like, we definitely have a lot of theories on a lot of things and thoughts on.
what's
other
your
things,
favorite
too.
theory?
A few of them are right.
Like, did we land on the moon?
So my favorite conspiracy
Was Ray
theory,
Charles actually blind?
I don't believe. Listen, I don't believe in conspiracy theories because people talk too much. Like they're like, if there's a conspiracy theory out there, they like you would know about it in 2 seconds. Like the SEAL Team 6 that killed Osama bin Laden. The guy wrote a book like 8 months after the guy was dead. I mean, like they talk is like.
So your
incessantly.
conspiracy is that Osama's still alive?
Well, no.
What I'm
because they
saying
had it
is,
like planned out and shit.
No, he's
what
saying
I-
that people can't keep a secret.
People
So,
can't
like-
keep a secret.
Oh, yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
Like
Because-
a new conspiracy theory is almost impossible.
However,
unless they're dead,
and that
If
is
they
the
die,
number one
then it's
reason
okay.
that everyone's like, "Oh, this is a soft firing by Tony La Russa." I'm like, there is no way, even though White Sox are dumb enough to do that, because we would sniff that out with social media in 3 seconds.
Yeah, someone would have told somebody.
Yes.
Oh,
It would
yeah,
have
Tony's
gotten
never
out.
coming back. Like someone would have heard that already.
It would have 100% gotten out some way, somehow.
Why do people get killed in prison? Because they know something and they're going to say it, so that's why they get killeried. You know, that's what happens.
So there's
There we go.
conspiracy theory.
That was incredible right there.
Shout out Polish with extra onions right there.
I mean, I love conspiracy theories, so I could
He's the
could
big
go
one, yeah.
all day. Like,
He's a
What's
big
your
one like
favorite?
his
I
ass.
don't
What's
like
your biggest one?
I don't like the conspiracy theories that are like new stuff that's going on and like all that. Like I'm not into that. I'm into the old weird stuff, right? Like one of my favorite theories of all time is just because it's hilarious to me. Have you ever heard the hollow moon theory? That the moon is actually like a spaceship and it's not actually a satellite to the earth. It's just like a spaceship that's like right outside there and it's like filled with people or aliens. I should say.
I've never heard this one.
And it's
not
based
either.
on like there was when NASA was up there, they did like this ping to the moon to see like what the layers were made of and all this stuff. And one of the scientists working on it said, "Oh, it kind of rang like a bell." And then people are like, "It's hollow. What's inside of it?" And I love stuff like that, man.
Hollow cheese.
There is the one weird picture of was it Neil Armstrong? Neil Armstrong walking on the moon, and it seems like there is a rod through the top of the flag that he planted because it obviously space is a vacuum or whatever, and
Right.
It
There's
looks
no
like
gravity. It doesn't just come down.
right. It wouldn't be all limp dicked if it was in outer space, and it looks like there's a rod through the top of the flag, and that kind of makes me weird a little bit. It gets my
just come on.
I
Like,
love
we
the
would've
moon
known.
landing one. The moon landing one is to my Sox Summers idea of like there are too many people that would have had to be involved
Right.
in that
Oh, yeah.
to make it fake.
Right.
That like somebody would have talked about it.
That's
right.
like the 9/11 thing too. I mean,
Exactly.
We would have to know that they'd put like 8,000 gallons of airline fuel
And-
in the basement to blow this thing up.
But, like,
we would
all
have
the
to know
dynamite and
that.
TNT.
No one
and
can
shit.
keep their mouth
Yeah.
shut for 2 seconds.
Nobody can.
But like the theories on like the original church wine was like almost all drugs. And that's why people had all these visions and things and like believed in all this crazy stuff. Like those are like, that's more interesting. And like
Have you heard
could have
Chiefs-
kept that a
Believable,
secret
right?
because there was
Chiefs,
there was no internet. there was no one to talk to.
Chiefs
Ryan's
conspiracy theory.
on Christmas, on how Christmas started. It was
Yeah.
a bunch of dudes tripping on shrooms in Russia or some shit. I forget exactly what it was, but it was like, oh, okay.
I watch like all the Tinfoil Tuesdays.
Yeah,
those-
that sounds like it started. Yeah,
I love those, and that's all. That stuff's up my alley. Like the new conspiracies, I'm not.
Yeah,
in
that's
on.
all
Like,
boring, yeah.
It's all impossible stuff.
I wish I
because
could-
there's too many people with access to information to do these things.
not back then there wasn't.
Right back then,
Right.
like, you
They
could get
knew how to
away
keep
with
their
all
mouth
this
shut
craziness.
too.
Right.
They would
Johnny
take it to the
Tight-Lips.
graves. They would not talk about stuff. I also want to
What
say
my Sox were saying back then, no rats. Everyone's a rat now these days.
now
Everyone's
everyone's
willing
a
to
rat.
talk.
I also think that like it would be great to work in this building because you just watch like Eddie Barstool walk by with like a Nerf football. And you're just like, what is he gonna go do with that Nerf football? Who's he gonna throw this at?
Eddie's always
I love
scheming
it.
and plotting and ploying, and
Oh, you're gonna get
That's
it.
how I won a Survivor.
so
right?
that's exactly how I won. I would have seen. I didn't see it, but if I would have saw him walking with the Nerf football too, I would have thought he was up to no good.
Yeah.
because he's always up to no good.
I thought he was going to come in and throw it at you. I thought that
No,
was
he wouldn't do that. It'd be something much more deep and mischievous than that. Because he knows that I'm so like simple and
not
very at face value kind of person. Eddie is much more deep and like and rooted. So he always has that leverage on me because he uses his brain for the most part and I don't. So
Plus, he knows you have great hands.
So that's
You'd make the
bullshit.
catch
I do have
if
great
he fired
hands.
at you.
That's 100% bullshit, Dave, because you just gave some really good analysis about White Sox pitchers that like
that's the one thing. Have you guys seen the
I
program?
feel like this is why you bring us in, so that we can bring out your White Sox knowledge to the general public.
To the masses.
So then the general
that's like
public
the one
will
thing I
hear
actually
it.
know what I'm talking about a little
Right.
bit.
And then like so
Yeah.
like people are like, oh, White Sox Dave's an asshole because he tweeted about the Little League World Series. And we come in and we're like,
And hey, hold on.
but you know, he
I want
knows
all your guys'
things.
takes on
He
this,
knows
and you
things.
better be on the right side.
Here we go. What?
What's your take on the hugging thing at the League World Series? When the kid got hit and he
kid
started
hit the
hugging.
the
kid
kid
in the
gets
head.
beamed, and then
Yeah.
he's hugging.
Yeah,
And then he goes over
in
and
the
gives him
middle
a
of
hug.
the game.
Yeah.
You didn't see this?
No, no.
Do you
That's
live on the fucking
That's
hole
tough.
in the Mars?
I gotta
You know
reconcile
what?
the
You know what's gonna happen? Is
I was
Teresa's
watching Ancient Aliens. I think.
There's gonna be
I love each
there's gonna be a video of Teresi crying about the kid that got hit in the Little League World Series in about a year.
In a year from now.
He's gonna go hashtag Stacey Dash on this shit. Like, he's like, I didn't know that this happened.
So what happened? Explain it to me.
Okay, this Little League World Series is like, I don't know, a month ago, whatever. The pitcher hits the kid in the helmet. Kid drops, pops back up, goes to first base. The pitcher was so shook that he hit the kid in the head that he starts crying his eyes out on the mound. The kid that got hit, who was very clearly fine, goes to the mound. They have like a warm hugging embrace on the mound, and everyone's talking about what great sports.
bro hugged it out,
It
man.
made me sick to my stomach. And if I would have pulled that move, either cried on the mound or went and hugged the enemy, my dad, I said he beat the shit out of me. He would have absolutely chastised me, and I would have. I'm of the opinion that I would have deserved it.
Okay, so you've kind of stepped down from the you're gonna get beat by
Well,
your dad.
my dad didn't beat me
But I do love that your dad was gonna yell at you from your first
He absolutely
pitch.
was. Oh, he'll
And for the chewing the gum, so this all tracks.
And the chewing
Yeah,
gum.
he's gonna crucify me once it gets to him.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it either way. If they don't want to play it off,
But
or
here's
they like it,
my
whatever. I don't care that much.
At a specific level.
Yeah.
My problem with it is I don't think that happens if there's not cameras around, and I hate performative action
You
bullshit.
think they're hamming it up for the cameras?
A
a little bit?
1,000%.
Could be.
1,000%. Like these kids know that they're gonna get fucking jerked off because ESPN's gonna talk about, oh, they're such great sports. It's like, dude,
That's
it's
why.
okay
That's
to
why the
be
kid like in
competitive.
you know they
that?
put the little band of like what their favorite thing was, like who they like or whatever. It's like the kid's teacher, like a 6th grade teacher, like that stuff, right? Like they're hamming it up for the camera the entire way. That's what the Little League World Series is, isn't
but
it?
for that shit, ham it up all you want.
Oh, this is where you draw the line.
Yeah,
Huh?
I draw the line at like
hell?
warm
What the-
embraces on the mound in the middle of the game. Yes,
It was
Yeah,
a little
so
odd.
okay, so the kid who
It was
puts
odd.
in his profile, I got my first chub from Mrs. Whatever the hell.
Yeah.
That's fine, but then the guys want
bombs
to
away with that stuff.
They're just bro hugging it out. Ain't no problem.
They
with
love
that.
Violet
I
Myers.
hated it. I hated it. I hated it.
Favorite actor, Violet Myers. I like to hit dingers.
So if you
and
guys
watch
watch-
Violet Myers.
Oh, maybe.
I'm sorry.
So
The
sick.
jack is hit it.
So you guys, I apparently watch the Little League World Series. How much crying is there in general? Like, because these are like, they're like 11, 12-year-old kids, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So like when teams lose or like when kids get hit by a pitch, is it normal to see someone cry?
Okay,
Yes.
are we going there? Are we going
No,
there?
I'm just wondering.
go-
Because
They go
this is what
full-
Treasy's
they go
doing.
full-
He's the sneaky motherfucker. Okay, he knows I was a big crybaby.
No,
when we
no,
were
no.
young,
I'm
okay?
not
I don't cry for a lot of stuff, and this is where he's going. I knew him. I knew.
I am not.
I'll put all
I'm
my
not-
cards on the table. Okay,
I'm not
When
going
I was
that direction.
12 or
Criers.
13, I'm playing shortstop. A ball came up, and I had having a bad game. I got like 3 errors in this game. Struck out a couple times. Ball comes up and hits me in the face. I started balling during the game. Okay, I was 12. I was probably 6 feet tall already. It was a bad look. Okay, but I cried during the game. Is that what you want? Is that
No,
what
you
you
were
want
6
from me?
foot
And I don't even remember that. I was probably high.
Tracy's 9. He's like 6 deep on the 3-cheek gummies.
He's slamming Miller High Lifes in
No
the
free
dugout.
ads at all.
Pick up that ground ball.
I threw a bottle at you from the mound. Gotta make that play.
I can't wait till you have no usable tape of this, Dave. This is the best.
But like,
It's all getting thrown out.
if these kids are crying on the regular, like I don't know, go console the kid. Like I don't care.
This is so when I tweeted that out, I'm like, my dad would beat the shit out of me. I would say there was no gray area at all in the responses I got. I'd say 50% were like, yeah, my dad would fucking whoop my ass, and the other, like, you toxic masculinity fucking loser. Right. Shit like that. And the guys that would, they're, like I said, my dad never laid a hand on me for fucking, the only time he did is a couple times in high school when I actually deserved to get an ass whooping. We won't have to go there because I'm not sure I'm past the statute of limitations on some of those crimes.
When he set that one car on fire?
That was me who got my car set on fire. Actually, Chief met the kid who did that. He just got out of the military. Good for him. Good for him.
Hello.
That kid who set my car on fire, he was one of like 30 people in the country that would have been in charge of pushing the like deploy button on nuclear weapons.
Oh my
if
gosh.
we ever got to it. Yeah.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what our
He's
country's
going to deploy it
gone
right
to.
into Dave's car.
Yeah.
So you live by guys that have nuclear secrets and also collect
Yes.
Beanie Babies. That's awesome.
Yes.
That's great.
Yes. The Beanie Baby, like, that was a big deal.
It was.
They made like millions off of that. I'm pretty sure.
I guarantee they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they knew how to flip them, whatever.
Sorry to digress.
I'm too dumb to know how to do anything with money other than spend it. So when I hear those kind of things, do you guys watch Shark Tank ever?
Oh, yeah.
I can't watch it because it's like, it just makes me jealous. I'm like, why has that guy got money? I want money. It's like the player haters ball skit.
Yeah.
Like, why has that guy got 3 cars? I want a car. But there was this little like 12-year-old chick who was just beer bottle caps. And she was painting like beautiful artwork in the caps and selling them as necklaces. And she had this whole brimming business. And in the end, none of the sharks bought her shit because they're like, hey, you're already crushing this. There is nothing we can help you with. You're going to be a millionaire eventually. I'm like, fuck her. Like, fuck her. And I hate her to this day.
That's the feel-good part of that
to
show.
pull it all full circle, kind of like I hate those 12-year-olds that hugged on the mountain, and I hate this chick for being better at me at painting beer bottle caps.
So I think we found it. The talented child segment is not Dave's favorite.
No.
child.
No, they're not.
On that note, I did hit you guys up, and I don't know. This was a 3-cheat thought. I'm like, it'd be funny to read mean tweets, and I searched for tweets for you guys, and there's nothing too egregious.
We take a piss.
Oh,
Yeah, go for it.
Can we take a piss?
Do we gotta do an intermission? We can.
Why don't you take a piss? We
I'll
got
take a
we'll-
piss.
we'll
I'll take a
We'll
piss.
start reading them.
Well, don't read the good ones.
Yeah, start with
we'll
mine.
take a break
Yeah,
then.
we can take a break.
Let's take a break.
I did take a piss next to him up in Libertyville, like 2015.
This will corroborate the
And I
story.
Are we recording right now?
I did a double take. I'm like, you're the big hurt. He goes, yup. And that was it. That was our entire thing. And yes, he did have a fucking sledgehammer of a win. I did a
Dave's
little
looking at
peripheral.
that plays into
Yeah,
this.
I did one of the, you're the big hurt. That was kind of
Dave
embarrassing
bought
to me.
Nugenics the next day.
Yeah, I did. Sprinted to that fucking eugenics. But anyways, we're back.
Whoosh.
Just telling some off the
Can I do a whoosh?
record. Yeah, go for it.
Whoosh.
Does that sound as dumb on audio? Because I can't listen
Yeah,
to
of
myself.
course.
I love it.
We're going to do some read mean tweets. I thought this would be funny. I looked up people shitting on you guys. There isn't much of it because you guys don't bring it on yourself as much. But you guys dug up stuff you said. So I was, like I said, I was typing in from the 108 sucks. Like, they're losers. Their section's overrated. Like, I was looking for everything. And there was a handful of shit out there, but it was nothing like, it's like, oh, like, I don't get the 108 guys. Like, what's the appeal? Like, that's not that funny. But
Right. I'll start with one because it
Yeah.
gets all of us.
I
All in
like
one.
that. Let's
All in
do
one
that.
tweet. It says, why reinforce how stupid the 108 tourney is by naming a region after Rick Hahn Dave? At Barstool WSD is literally as clueless about baseball as it gets.
who said that? Because I don't remember this one.
we
Now
go.
I want to start firing back.
Shots fired.
That's like, you can make fun of-
WO.
Oh, it is.
No,
is him or
it wasn't Ken.
No,
It wasn't Ken.
it's some guy I'm not familiar with. It's like
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Are we even going to give
yeah,
light to any of these people, or are we just
I'm not
going
even
to
gonna give. I'm not even gonna give them credit.
Yeah.
I want to go back at him because
I'll share it with you.
confrontation guy.
Dave's doing his Silent J and or Silent Bob and Jay Strike Back thing. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he's
He's
like,
gonna go-
I'm gonna
go
go beat
fight
up
everyone on
everyone
the
that
internet.
has said something bad on me on the internet. He's like, I'm getting in there.
I've got one here from, and it actually sideswipes all of us. That is My Sox Summer has a little story to go after it. So the person says, could White Sox Twitter be any more embarrassing sometimes, ? Beef loaf, ? White Sox Dave, ? The whole 108 nonsense, ? Fucking pathetic. And then he hashtagged it White Sox too. Which is a real clincher right there. So that's your boy, MSS.
Yeah,
that's the guy who's
that's
talking a little smack.
Yeah, there's this guy that like doesn't like us. And he like definitely tweeted that. But I've also seen him in real life at like Grandstand and then also later like at the game. And he was like, I'm going to go down there and I'm going to tell those guys a piece of my mind. We were out at a game, I don't know, like probably 3 months ago. And we got drunk enough to the fact that we were just like, we pulled a White Sox Dave and we were like, listen, if you want to come through and tell us what's happened,
I love it.
We will fight you.
I'm rubbing off
and
on you.
I made sure that I had to ask these guys
This is
before
you
I
rubbing
did
off
it.
on us, Dave.
I
That's what it is.
definitely like cleared it with Loaf and Treasy because I'm like, I don't want to bring a guy in here that I know I can kick his ass, but I just want to make sure that I have some backup just in case he brings some people. So I'm like, I got to like get like these guys in there so that I can maybe there's a fight. So that was the first time that we've ever challenged anybody to a fight, and then he backed down right quick. So it was pretty interesting. It was a good time.
That's my favorite thing to do is challenge people to fights. Simple as that. No, like there's been. I've told this story before. Sorry.
No, I just didn't know what you needed it for.
Obviously, there's keyboard warriors. Me being one of them. I'm
Yeah.
not some fucking tough guy or anything, but
You're
it was
a tough guy.
Usually,
You can hold your own.
it's 99.999% of the time in public, everybody's super fucking nice. No one's ever really started shit with me to my face other than one time. I got a friend. She coaches volleyball at DePaul. She's like 6'2". She's way taller than me. And she just moved to the city and didn't know anybody. We went out on like a Tuesday night. We ended up at the lodge, and this guy did not like me. He was a Sox fan too. He was like very confrontational to the point where I'm like, let's step outside right now, motherfucker. We didn't, obviously. It was, standard baseball fight, like a bunch of hold me backs. But that's the only time I've ever got into it with someone in public about like not liking what I do.
Yeah. I mean,
This is 10 years now I've done this.
I feel like most people when they actually meet you and have a conversation with you, they kind of soften on any of that.
I'm an
like
asshole on the internet.
they might still hate. They might still have like hate for Barstool.
Yeah.
But they're like, I don't like Barstool. I don't like this. But like I met White Sox Dave and he's all right guy. You get that
I'm
a lot, right?
Very mediocre, average at best.
I mean, yeah, that's why I said all right. I didn't say great.
Average plus, maybe. Yeah,
That's how Brian
Guy that
Billick
eats
and
a
I met.
steak on a frisbee.
It was this is 2015, and Billick's a fucking baby still. It's crazy, but
I miss Billick. I'll see him every once in a while on the concourse, but he doesn't come like.
I talk to him
chop it
pretty
up with
regular.
us every-
Yeah, he's working on his wedding and shit.
Maybe
That's
he's
why
mad at
been-
us. He might be mad at us.
Is he mad at
He's
us?
going to have an evil
think
tweet
he's
towards
mad at you.
108 at some point.
Is it because
No,
he's so
he's-
skinny now, and
he's
then we're
someone
trying to
he
get
is.
skinny
Oh,
that he's
maybe.
mad? We're trying to get on his thing.
He is.
Did he
rail
buy a
thin.
Subaru?
Yeah, he's skinny.
Him and I don't want to say we're getting into it, but it was when Jose Quintana came out of nowhere off the scrap heap, and the White Sox extended him right away after like 10 or 12 of his starts.
Yeah.
The next year, I think it was, I forget exactly, when did they extend him? Was that like 2013 or 14?
Yeah, I feel like
gotta
it's
be 14.
14.
It's
Yeah,
gotta be
I
14.
feel like it's 14.
So the next year, I think it was probably 2015 then when I was introduced to Brian Billick. I was already ready to burn it down. I'm like, trade fucking everybody. This isn't working. And Billick's like, you could get a haul for Jose Quintana. I'm like, I don't really think you could. Like, he doesn't have a track record of success. Like, I know his WAR's high and all that, but like, he's a very, very vanilla pitcher. I don't think anybody's buying. Well, he does. And like, Brian and I we were DMing back and forth for a while, like an entire night, just basically text messaging each other. And eventually we met up at a bar and just kind of like Brian, I think, is as smart as it gets with baseball. I really do think so. And I've told him multiple times, I mean, you should be working in a front office somewhere, like trying to work your way up because he's that baseball intelligent, I think. And I've told that to Rick Hahn's face. I'm like, Brian Billick should be working in baseball in some capacity.
That's insane.
And Brian disagrees, but it was just like that. Like, he didn't like me at first. And now Brian and I are like really tight. So I am a dickhead. I'm not that big of a dickhead. Like, I'm not an actual. I think there's
White Sox
dickheads and there's
Dave model.
dickheads. I'm a dickhead, but like, I'm not a dickhead. Like, fuck that guy, dickhead.
Yeah.
And I know that
We need like a scale of dickheadedness, and then we can plot Dave somewhere in there amongst other dickheads. I don't know.
Yeah.
We have to figure this. Maybe this is a blog for us to put
Yeah, I
together.
think a dickhead scale of White Sox Twitter would be good.
Right before the turn.
Ken's
We'll
at number
bring that
10.
up there.
Who's at number 1? Like who's someone just like Bill Redfield? Maybe he's like
It's just like the nicest
guy on the planet.
Yeah, someone like that. Exactly.
Oh, so you're saying like a 10 is like the max and 1
Yeah.
is like the least.
But the
Yeah.
one still has to be a dickhead, right?
Yeah,
and I
that's
don't
true.
even think
I guess that's
Billy's
right.
definitely not
he,
a dickhead.
Yeah,
at
he doesn't
all.
have any dickhead in him.
Not even his brother, who's like so gorgeous and he looks like, Gordon Beckham.
Here it comes.
he
You man
he's
crush.
a hot looking dude.
He's a good looking man. And he's
You cheating on
very
Chief?
nice.
Well, we're
I know, we're in the
right
building.
here, and you're cheating on Chief. Oh my
saw you
goodness!
just-
Too big of a dumper for me.
I don't know if I can handle all
You got
that.
intimidated.
It's intimidating. Do you guys want to talk about the Queen? I just saw a tweet about her.
Well, hold on. Let's do this next
Yeah,
week.
so
Because
who's-
going into
Yeah, do some more hate
going
tweets.
into the tweets like that we have we've both been disparaged. A reminder that we are way past time that playing footsie with stool quotations say appearing on an hour-long podcast is innocent, period. You read, listen to, appear on programming with, all in caps, them. You are okay with the racism, sexism, abuse, threats, and violence.
Psychopaths.
All caps. That's the message you are sharing. Now, we're not naming names, right?
White supremacist Dave.
We were not going to name names. So.
So
we're not gonna name names, but we know what we're gonna do. We're gonna say this is a
I know who
group
this one is. He's number 1 on my shit list.
that social justice warrior thing that Ken was talking about. These are the social justice warriors. So
I
that's the only
wouldn't
thing
even
I have-
say they. I think it's one person.
I think it might be one person.
That's
That's
it.
it. Yeah, because there's a lot of people in that group that I love.
One of those,
And that was last year. That was November 4th. After we appeared on
Yeah, it was like right after we
your
appeared. So it was like
award-winning
it was a
podcast,
subtweet, but like it was fairly obvious.
This is okay. I thought it was this person because I know exactly who you're talking about. So someone was calling me a racist. And I will fucking go to war for that shit. Like if you call me that, like that's when I come at you. And so someone's calling me a racist, and I say, yeah, I burn crosses in my front yard. Like that's and I have a white hood and shit. Yeah, no, I know who it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't
Sure.
even have
Yeah,
to
yeah.
look. I knew who it was.
Okay, good.
Well aware.
And they take that tweet, which is very blatant sarcasm and hyperbolized and
yeah.
everything, and they don't look at it was just that tweet, the screenshot, and they share that all the time. As if like it's me admitting
That's insane.
It's fucking crazy. You fucking losers. Now I'm getting all worked up again.
That
was the point.
Everything's fair, right?
You wanted to have this segment. You said, "Hey, do this
Trees are
segment."
going to hit that one?
I'm gonna hit that one. This
I'm
is
gonna
this
hit
is
that
one of
right
my
now.
favorite ones. This is one of my favorite ones, and this is from 2020. This is don't support those weirdos from the 108. Can't wait for them to be pushed out this year. Now, let me tell you what this is in response to, because that's what makes this so good. Lawrence Holmes was tweeting about being on a panel with us for a charity event supporting the Boys and Girls Club, and that was the response.
This man also contacted one of our sponsors. No free ads, but
That's
if you
right.
want wings on Halstead Street in Chicago,
We're gonna cut that right
See,
You
now.
I'm a
might
dickhead
notice.
because I've yet to ever go there, and I've told him I'm going to.
all right, well, you should go there.
Yeah,
we
it looks
would-
awesome.
Yeah. So
Give
anyway,
him a shout out.
But yeah. So Wings and Rings over on 35th and Halstead, very good. They have even a bus that will just take you up
Yeah.
after the game, so it's really nice. But yeah, he said that he went into Buffalo Wings and Rings and told them that we're such pieces of shit that they should never associate with ever, and we have been banned since 2020, but we've only done like 7 events there since 2020, so no big deal.
Yeah, how'd that work out, asshole? The guy that you read, he every single time Han comes on the show or any player, he contacts the White Sox and bitches to them about it.
So funny.
It's like, what the fuck do you care, man? Like, we're sitting here talking about fucking curveballs.
Either
and-
work to get players on yourself or don't be such a hater, man.
He
Right.
used to work for a media outlet,
Supposedly,
apparently.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Allegedly is the fun one.
I like allegedly. That's a beef loaf word, though. I don't want to steal it.
Allegedly.
Loaf,
keep
what do you got?
I only got one more, and it's just I had tweeted out. I love when randoms, with 12 followers are talking smack to me, and someone replied, Beef Loaf, what a stupid name. You're welcome.
That's a good
And I
one.
love that one, actually. I didn't
it's
upset
not
me at
even-
all.
you know what's funny is I bet that's not even a hater. I bet that's a dude who's
Someone's
just
burner, yeah.
like, oh, you wanted this? Here you go.
There you go.
It's probably Rick Hahn's burner. That's probably what it was.
I forget. You guys probably get a lot of shit for the tournament now because
Yeah,
it's
the
like
tournament-
a pissing match.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
My DMs get filled. Like the night we release it all,
Oh my God,
it's
the
like
worst.
wild how many people are watching everything. And then that night afterwards, I'm lit up and my DMs start blowing up with people mad that they're not in or take me out of this effing tournament. I don't want to be in there. Like shit like that. I like the whole next day. I'm emotionally drained from fielding calls from everyone or messages from everyone for all this
And
bullshit.
for all those that don't know, the 108 guys, they do it's like a March Madness Twitter like bracket of different Twitter personalities, and all the fan base gets in on it. It's really cool, but it's funny watching people have legit mental breakdowns because they're losing and like actually getting offended.
That's what makes the tournament, though.
I know.
We need all that wild stuff in
love
there.
it.
You know?
I
That's
love it.
my favorite part.
And fucking Ken, he said something. I gotta look this up. Ken,
Why
I fucked up by not having.
You
him in
look
here
it
and
up, but
didn't
we
even-
also had to retire Dave from the tournament.
He won
because he
too
was
easily.
just like curb stomping everybody that he went against.
I'll
Like, it
tell
was
you,
totally unfair.
No, I think
but like great, but we love that, and we love that Dave was like, listen, I need to step down and become a chancellor, and he is the chancellor of the 108.
I think the best part about Dave leaving the tournament is that it has truly opened it up to be like a content tournament. Like whoever
Yep.
produces the best content that year wins. And like this year, it was Brian Knights, and
Killed
like
it.
And
the
Alyssa
dude
Bergamini.
was doing Twitter Spaces every day he was in the tournament, like for the last couple hours of the thing.
Yeah.
And like
He was in a hot tub.
he was in a hot tub
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
it.
the
They were
bucket and everything,
hilarious.
yeah.
And like you would like. I have to watch the votes to make sure that like bots aren't voting, and so but you would see like his Twitter Spaces would start, and then like the tides would turn. Like he would start getting all these different the different people to come in and vote because he hit the nail on the head last year is because Twitter Spaces was so new
right.
that no one was doing it, but if you did it, it showed up in everybody's.
you got the notification.
You got a notification, and you also got notifications if one of your friends was in it.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
if you followed anybody, it's because there was like no other ones going on at the time. Like his was showing up in your feed, and you
Yep.
click into it, and this guy's just being a goof and saying go vote for me in this tournament. You're gonna click a couple buttons and vote for this dude, and that's
sure.
what happened.
And I don't want to give away industry secrets or anything here, but like we got a lot of flack when we went into the final match, the final game of the 108 tournament. And people are like, "Oh, this sucks. This is kind of ass or whatever." But our clicks, our impressions and everything on Twitter like doubled any other match that we had.
Yeah, it was
I
huge.
mean, it was
Yep.
the most insane final we've ever had, and it went down to the end. You had Dave Kaplan campaigning.
Oh
for
yeah,
people.
it's cool. That's like made
Cap,
its
who
way to-
doesn't even like the White Sox, he just wants to capitalize and get the things. He's like, I'm going to capitalize on the 108 tournament. Like, congratulations, Cap. Get some more bad army tattoos.
Tribal tat going after someone else's tattoos.
Oh, incredible. He's really feeling himself
Fist
today.
bump. Oh, I thought you were going to go pee again.
I was trying to look it up, but Ken, we were talking about how he's kind of impervious, but he'll give it back. And my favorite, I can't find the exact one. He said it a lot more, but he called someone a mid-card jabroni. And calling someone mid-card is like, that is as hot of a knife as you can stick in someone's gut. Like, you mid-card jabroni, and I was like, whoa, that's like diabolical right there. So yeah, I don't know. Like, it's all fun. Like,
What's one that cut you deep, Dave? Like, what is a tweet?
You guys don't know them, I doubt, but there's two guys that they'll actually be moving to New York, I'm pretty sure. Are you guys familiar with Nick Traney and KB? KB was the wrestler at Kent State, and he like they're the two funniest guys in our company, I think. They don't do a ton of sports content, but they're really, really good at the internet. And we were in here talking, and they're like, you just address everything. And I'm like, yeah, I probably do. And they're like, if you just didn't open your mouth, you would be like golden. And I'm like, yeah, but, and they're like, no, Like, stop talking so much. But
that's the worst. That's really bad advice, though.
it's no fun like that.
Because that's who you are. That is White Sox Dave, and people are like, "Oh, it's a bit. It's a bit. It's not a bit." That's Dave.
I amplified a little bit.
A little bit, like a little bit.
Like, I turned it up a notch or two.
Yeah.
But what you see is what you get. I am an idiot. But no, I was telling them, like, if you make fun of me for being a fat midget or, whatever, like, I can usually roll with those punches.
Yeah.
What
You're hardly fat, Dave.
is, I'm getting re-fat again, though. I got to hit the Peloton. I haven't
Re-fat.
touched
Good
it.
boy. I like that word.
Yeah.
Peloton.
I got re-fat.
Come do 108 weight loss. Hashtag
I'm
108 weight
going to
loss.
be in on that with you guys this year because it's a great excuse. I'm of the opinion that the buddy system for trying to lose weight that's what you need to do.
Hell yeah. You need accountability.
Yeah,
You need a little shame.
You do.
You need some guys competing with you, and my Sox numbers whooping my ass. I gotta work harder.
I know, and like last year, and I want to bring this up, but last year I was here, I was 40 some pounds heavier than I am now.
Yeah.
And like I've lost a lot of weight, so I hope that we're getting really good pictures with the cam. I'm just gonna go like this.
I think these
but
cameras
no,
are
I look
good at
I looked like a
thinning
big
out.
mess at the end of the last year, and it was nice to dry out and like do some work and like lose some.
I have the
weight.
whole marathon bit. That was back
That was
2017.
2017, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 27. Yeah, 20. So 5 years ago now.
Totally
And,
not a fan.
I did that. I made a drunken bet the year before because I had two high school buddies that ran the marathon in 2016, and we were at Glasgow's that night. I don't know why we were there, but we were at Glasgow's, and we made $100 bet that I could finish it, and I actually went through with it. But I was like 185, 190 then. Did you guys see when we did the Barstool versus America, and I had to do the frisbee thing that everybody was roasting me on because I was like legitimately on my deathbed from throwing frisbees? No. What did you do? This was in April. So have you guys? I've never seen the show, but The Amazing Race.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm familiar with what it is.
Yeah. So it was like kind of a spin-off of that, and I was on it. And so me and KB, who was a collegiate wrestler, he's built like a gymnast. He's really put together, but he's like 5'7", $165. We had to go down this like maybe 75-yard water slide from a platform that was like 50, 60 feet off the ground, run to a ball pit, and we had to fish out frisbees from the ball pit and throw it. It was 20 yards into a hole. And getting in and out of the ball pit was the most physically taxing thing I've ever done, to the point where my lungs were about to fucking explode. And I was very hungover. This is in Boston, and it just worked out well because the White Sox were playing in Boston while I was out there. So I was at Boston with Chuck Naso the night before, out till like 3 in the morning. So I'm on my hands and knees throwing frisbees. And like I said, it was way harder than it looked, getting in and out of the ball pit for 30 fucking minutes. But that's when it was for me. I was like, I gotta, like, this is bad. Like, I was running marathons a few years ago, and now I can't even throw a fucking frisbee without dying. Like, it needs to change. But
I wonder how much Dylan Cease was laughing at your ass trying to throw those frisbees.
That's right.
But they were such cheap, shitty frisbees, and it was super windy that day. So anytime I throw it, the wind would just take it. But
Go love.
what we were talking about weight loss. What was before that?
How much we loved you.
How much we love me.
And mean tweets.
Mean tweets and all that. But we do got an off season to work forward to, and we'll wrap this up after that. What are we gonna do to fix this fucking team? I'm looking at free agents. Aaron Judge, are they signing him?
No.
Absolutely.
Jacob deGrom, he has a player option. They signing him?
No.
Trey Turner,
No.
he's a free agent. Nolan Arenado, he's got a player option.
Yeah, no.
Here's where
Xander
we're screwed,
Bogaerts,
Dave.
player option. Carlos Correa. It's like,
I feel like
we
we're-
can bring Los back.
We're screwed that the Sox are coming on at the end of the season, and that's going to reinforce some people at the Sox, like in the front office, like, hey,
That's my worry.
We made the right decisions. Because
That's my worry.
We're going to make the playoffs, and like I think we need to hold it to Chirizi's standards. If we don't win us, and Loaf, I think you said that same thing too.
No, Treasy was ahead of me. I'd be
He's
happy
ahead?
if we get in the playoffs. He wants at least one
so
series
if we
win.
get,
I think it has to be one
if we
series.
get a series victory, like in the playoffs, oh my god, like that's going to tell the front office, no, you did everything right, which is not right.
It was
I need-
fine to let Carlos Rodon
I need
walk
to
and not
let-
fucking replace him.
We need it. We need this
3-year deal
team
for
to like
Garcia.
have a little bit of reorganization at the top and like start thinking outside the box. I know it's a really like kitschy way to say it, but like we really need to do that because you can't be cheap and then also not spend money on the back end to like find talent or whatever. You either need to spend money up front, get in a good like, free agent or whatever, or you need to spend the money to develop talent and get talent to come through. And the Sox do neither. They do neither well. And that's the problem. So like I just hope, even if we do make the playoffs, that they say, listen, we still need to reorganize this because for like 4 months, this was total fucking shit. This was the worst season I've ever watched, and especially when we're supposed to be in a competitive window.
Exactly.
It's like, this is not right. We need to make a change and go forward.
And a lot of it to me is you got to hold them and you got to take them for what they say. I pulled up the quote a couple of weeks ago when they were in that like 9-11 stretch of losing that they were in after Arizona and Kansas City and shit. It was a clip after Sox Fest 20. When was Machado and Harper? 2018 or 2019? It was 2019.
Yeah.
It was January 2019, and Rick Hahn's like, and he couldn't explicitly say Machado or Harper because they were still free agents at the time. They hadn't signed yet. He's like, we want to be a destination for these types of players, even if we don't land one of these two premier talents. Like that doesn't mean we're not going to stop, and we're going to keep swinging for the fence. Like multiple parades, like that's what they said. What's wrong with holding them accountable for what they said? You know,
Yep.
Reasonable. And like I said, I'm thinking about this morning when I'm walking the dog. I really don't think there's a way to augment this roster as an all-in way unless you're just blowing past the luxury tax this year. Because these guys started to get expensive. You got Mikado.
Yeah, all the contracts escalate.
Yeah,
that's your
time.
problem, right? Like you're looking at 190 million this year, but it's more next year already. Like
it's gonna be,
If you look at, because you're gonna have to fill in the spots that are going away, right? Like you're saying, like, oh, if you take a Braves money out of there, well, you're actually taking your best hitter out of there, like, other than Eloy.
It's got a consequence.
You have no offense.
And then, but you've already spent that money. Like that money's already spent on Moncada, Jimenez, Graveman, Kelly. Like all those things go up. Like so, you've spent that money. So now what do you do, right? And there's a couple ways to look at it. You like either have to look at it and go like, the stars need to be stars, right? Like Luis Robert needs to be a 5-WAR player next
He
year.
needs to show the fuck up.
Andrew Vaughn needs to hit like crazy. Tim Anderson needs to be fantastic. Yoel Moncada needs to keep being the fielder he is, but also hit, right? Like all these things have to happen. That's a lot of ifs. But then even after that, you need Hahn to go and fill in these other spots.
Right field and second base.
And say like, even if you're going to say, even if
like
you're
they've
gonna,
always been.
even if you're going to look at guys like
My favorite order in
Sheets,
McDonald's.
if you're going to look at like Sheets, Colas, Sosa, Romy Gonzalez, all these guys who could compete for these positions, like you should still be bringing in guys for them to compete against. Davis Martin is another one where it's people have asked us, hey, could he be the fifth starter? Sure, Davis Martin could be the fifth starter, but he can't be the only solution there. You have to have 5 guys that are competing for that fifth starter.
Right.
Like that's how you have to handle this. And like if you're filling in the role players, you got a lot of guys with minor league options. They should be exactly that, options. Like you should still try and fill in a guy. Guys are going to get hurt next year. You're going to have guys that like you're going to bring guys in and it's not going to work out. Like you need to be able to just go, I'm moving on from that. Now I'm bringing up this guy. You can't just count on counting on Oscar Colas right now.
It's
insanity
bananas.
to
It's
me.
bananas.
Right. Absolute
And
insanity.
It's insanity.
It could work, but it's a bad thing to just be counting
I
on.
would love to shoot the moon on Oscar
Yes.
Colas and him come up and just be like a 30 home run right fielder that could play the position.
Hits
that would
right-handed
be
pitching,
awesome.
yeah.
But if I'm laying,
You gotta
I'm
hedge
laying my
against it.
own money on that,
Right.
I ain't making that bet.
No, fuck no. You
Right?
can't make that bet. That's a more than likely a losing proposition. And when Beeflo was in here a couple weeks back, we were shooting the shit. Even like media pundits will always say that like the Chris Sale, Tim Anderson, Jose Quintana type deals are, they're so team friendly. That's not true. That's not true.
They don't always work.
They
have
don't
risk.
always work. And guess what? Yoel Moncada could be making what? What would he be in like ARB 2 right now? He'd probably
ARB
be
2.
making $8 million.
Right.
Next year, I mean, he'd be looking at maybe a non-tender next
Potentially.
year.
Yeah.
with how bad he's been this year. I mean, they wouldn't, but it'd be absolutely something you could consider because he's been that bad offensively. And that hasn't worked out. And if those deals don't work out, you got to hedge against them. And how do you do that? Like, to me, you got to spend money. You got to spend more money on top of it. Or I don't think have the 40-man flexibility to go and make a big dick sign or trade rather.
Do if they cut some of the junk off of it.
There is a lot of facts.
You're right. There's not enough prospect capital. Like I was thinking about this too. Like as you guys are bringing this out there, I agree with you, Dave. Either you got to go and spend and challenge the luxury tax, or make a franchise-changing trade. And the two guys who could really bring a haul, and both of them be really painful, are Luis Robert and Dylan Cease. You want to flip the whole thing over? Trade a real guy, a real stud, a guy in real life who other teams really want. You want to flip the whole board? You feel like you're board locked? You might have to make a trade that's really painful with a guy who's really good.
So
Andrew Vaughn
goddamn
is getting traded.
shame that we're even talking about that, though.
Right.
It's fucked up that you're even saying
These
that.
were supposed to be the guys that were going to be cheap, and you just filled in around.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Because that's the thing. They either need to be absolute stars, which they're not being this year, or ceases.
Yeah.
But
Cease has done really well.
But all the other guys that are supposed to be stars have not been stars. Eloy Jimenez, when he's on the field, is a star.
Unbelievable.
But the fact that he's like Milton Bradley and you can't guarantee that you're going to get 100 games out of him any season ever, that hurts, right? That guy hit when he was on the field.
He hit when he was on the field.
He was crazy when he was off the field. But when he's on the field, he hit, but he couldn't stay on the field.
Yeah.
AJ Pollock's career arc is the same way, right? The funny thing is we brought in another. We were like, let's get another guy like this.
That's constantly hurt. Yeah.
But yeah, if you can't count on those guys to be stars, then you have to bring in stars, and you can't. They're out of money to do that.
I see. That's
the luxury tax.
I assume that if Rick Hahn were on this little panel right here, I was flat out going to ask him, hey, why are we talking about? Because he said at the end of spring training when they traded for Pollock, he's like, this fit our budget. I'm like, why are you talking about budgets right now in a competitive window?
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh,
there shouldn't be.
But there obviously is.
There wasn't a budget when you were spending $50 million on payroll in 2017 or whatever.
Right, exactly. Where'd that money go?
Where'd that money go?
And why do we spend so much money on a bullpen? And then, we're sweating the bullpen almost every game.
There's another guy
I'd rather be
probably
sweating
trade.
a hitter than I'd be sweating my bullpen. Take that $50 million and put it towards hitters. Let's just see what happens. I'd rather risk it.
What about trading Hendricks? He's got a year left.
Yeah, the problem is
the
problem is what are you going to back it up with, right? Because Graveman can't pitch enough to be a closer.
It's Ronaldo Lopez, right? It's your closer, basically.
Yeah, it's Raylo.
If you do it, I would be game for that. I'd be game for that style of trade, like trading Tim Anderson or Liam Hendricks, guys who are good, got some value to some other teams, but aren't your top end.
Right, you're not going to
players,
get a huge return for it, but you get something.
Yeah,
It's I know there's and I don't buy into any of them. There's all the rumors that he is going to step down this winter. Or not step down, get moved up. What's that?
Can I interject?
Yeah. We got Eddie in the house.
This is a long podcast for a team that's not going to make the playoffs.
That's fucked up.
I knew it. I knew he was going to come in and do something.
Eddie, this is Sox, not
I don't know if
No,
you're.
I'm sorry, that was mean.
I don't know if your team's making the playoff either, Eddie. So
No.
just saying.
Hey, the Bears might after that game.
No.
well, after one game.
That was mean. I hope they do make the playoffs.
He either wants them to make the playoffs or just a soul-crushing defeat in game 163.
Eddie, you want some Jack Daniels, Eddie?
Whoever the GM is, because have you guys seen those fucking rumors that Rick Hahn's gonna get moved upstairs? Kind of. I
we've
don't
seen
buy
some
into
of
that
those
shit.
rumors, yeah.
But whoever is the GM, assuming 99% chance it's gonna be Hahn, he's got his work cut out for him. I don't know how he's gonna do it, but not just he. It's got to be a concerted effort between him, Kenny Williams, and especially Jerry Reinsdorf. The entire scouting staff, from the pro player side to the amateur side, they got to fix it, because whatever happens in these next few weeks, I don't care if they get insanely hot and roll through a World Series. If they run it back with this team, we're just going to be here again next year talking about like, oh, they're a 500 team, you know? And that's not what we signed up for. That's not why you tried to trade Chris Sale, who's probably maybe going to be a Hall of Famer. You know? That's not why you do that. Yep. So I don't know what they're going to do, but the guys that are making millions of dollars got to figure it the fuck out.
Yeah, I mean, you gutted the team that was around Jose Abreu to fill it in with new guys around Jose Abreu.
Yeah.
And you've failed Jose Abreu for years now.
Right.
You know, do something nice for that guy. He plays 62 games every year, and you can't do something nice for that guy? Won an MVP here? Come on.
And people are going to take this the wrong way because that's what people do on the internet, but Jerry Reinsdorf's going to be 87 in February, I believe. Yeah. Time wins out 100% of the time. Why not just fucking go for it?
Push the chips in. Let's go.
Shove them to the middle.
That's right.
Shove them to the middle.
Your kids will be fine. They got the Bulls money.
They got the Bulls and they got plenty of other revenue streams. Go for it. Go for it. I got a question. Does My Sox Summer have like a pea-sized bladder?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, he does.
Yeah, you know, it's funny. When I got up, like I was going to leave, when I was going to do the Costanza walk out of the room, he's like, oh, I thought you were going to have to pee again. He's the guy that's been all day. Like, I got to go. Hey, he walked in here.
Have you guys ever done a road trip with him?
No, I don't think we've done a car trip.
No.
He's that guy that's asking to get
you got to pull over. Yeah,
every
you got to go
20
to the rest
minutes.
stop.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll turn this fucking car around if you ask one more fucking time.
See, he doesn't smoke daggers anymore, so you would think you would get the whole ride. Just no problem. But yeah, bathroom.
It was kind of mean of Eddie to come in here and say that about the White Sox. But little does he know that we finished our last podcast with theories on how we'd rob him of his $10,000 that he just won from the Survivor.
Yeah, I think we had some good ideas.
He's such a weirdo. Like if you look at Eddie's phone, I didn't know this until a couple of weeks back, but he doesn't have any apps on his phone, like hardly at all.
Really?
Like he doesn't do apps.
Wow.
He's probably got that money in an offshore account in like Aruba right now.
No, I'm
hiding it from the government.
No. It's in his place. It's like
it's in cash. Like
he's an under the mattress guy.
Yeah,
I could feel it.
I never have cash on me, so whenever I'm in a situation where I need cash, Eddie's the one I hit up, and he just rolls his eyes every single time.
That box of Macanudos that he brought. Mm-hmm. Right underneath those cigars, there was at least $1,000.
Easily, yeah.
That's right.
100%. I guess that's kind of it. We've gone on for 2 hours. Do you guys got anything?
No. But we'll have you on. Towards the end of the season or right after the end of the season. I think
this has been a weird dynamic because I thought this was going to be kind of a eulogy on the season. I really did.
But it's not. We're still alive, baby.
We're still alive.
Like the Undertaker popping up, you know?
It's been a stressful one, but I think they're going to squeak it out. And once you get there, like, you never know. Who are they going to look down more than likely to play?
Right now, it's Toronto.
That's a rough series.
Yeah, that'd be
they can hit.
Manoah.
They can hit. They got some guys that could pitch, like Gausman, Manoah.
That's two righties. That's 2-0.
That's going to be a tough. That's going to be a tough series. But hey, they could win that series.
They could.
Yeah.
It'll be at home too. So you got Gavin Sheets home run time.
Oh hell yeah! Hell yes.
Hopefully. My Sox Summer. Do you have anything you'd like to say to the people?
To the people
as we wrap up this show.
Listen,
and it did come out that La Russa is, as we now speak this, uncertain about resuming his managing duties.
Well, that's.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's more of a health thing than anything. I mean, like, what kind of doctor is going to be like, you know, you just had this health scare. Now, please go on the road for weeks.
I would love for a doctor that say like, hey, your team is doing really good and you're sick, so you should have to stay home.
But he actually said that last night. He's like, I'll walk home if they lose tonight, and like because I'm at the game, and they got their fucking tits blown off their chest. Get stepping, Tony.
That's God saying something. No, I would just say this: ride with this team, roll with this team. They're doing something good now, but let's just hope. Let's just hope that the front office doesn't see this and say, "Yeah, we made really good decisions."
I don't think they can.
We need to fix the system at its core. We need this team to come back and just be like, "Hey, we're not doing some things right, and let's spend some money and let's figure this.
I'm
shit
assuming that whenever that postseason presser is with Han, whether it's in
It'll be right here.
early November or whether it's hopefully not early October, but like he's put himself in a position where he said things that he hasn't backed up, whether it's his fault or not. I'm assuming we are going to get stealth mode this winter. Because, I mean, he said it flat out. He's like, we got to hit right-handed pitching better. We got to become more left-handed, more balanced. We got to find a second baseman. That never happened.
No.
So I would assume that he's not going to give us much at all, and nor should he, I don't think, going into the offseason. But work cut out. Just hop to it and figure it out because this core is still awesome. It really is. If they play to how we all expect them to play.
Absolutely.
So
I mean, the team that just beat the Mariners is a good team. Right?
that is a good team.
If you
I like
can
that team.
beat the fun, like the good team, like the Seattle Mariners, then like you have something there. Let's just develop that. Let's like make it keep going. So you might have to spend some money.
Lots of it. They should have never fucking let Harper get away. It was right there. Like, how big of a perfect fit would that be in right field?
Rodon.
Rodon.
I mean, there's a lot of them.
He told me to my face that he wasn't taking the qualifying offer. I should have been a little rat piece and told the front office that. I didn't, though. Out of loyalty. They should have been able to forecast it. No, they didn't.
They didn't offer it. So,
but if he wasn't going to take it, that's when you do offer it.
Yeah.
If that's what you're worried about, at least you get the extra pool money. Not that I think we all like their draft.
then it's not on your face. Yeah.
Right.
Right. The Sox could have saved a little face, but we know the media is not that great.
Dave, thanks for having us. And
Thank you guys for
shit
coming.
face with you very soon.
Love it.
They're not home this weekend, right? I think they're
No,
on the
no.
road.
One more week.
The weekend of the 23rd.
I'll see you guys there.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll be there Friday, Saturday, at least Friday, Saturday, I'm sure. We'll see, though.
We'll see. Okay. Wildcat Dave might not make it.
Well, I'll change it back if I need to. If the juju from Wildcat Dave is lost, then I'll change it back. Anything to will my team to victory, right?
I love it.
Hell yeah.
Love it. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you, Dave.
Thanks so much,
Thanks, bro.
Dave.
So there's Beef Loaf, Chorizy, My Sox Summer, White Sox Dave, Section 108. Yeah, I think a little bit of it, Dave. I don't want to use the word coward, but you have been pretty negative about the White Sox, and now it's time to get positive, so we'll just bring in the 108 guys for it.
Yeah, that was supposed to be, like I said, on the interview. In conjunction with Rickon, they declined an interview until the offseason. Probably smart on their end, considering how the season's gone thus far. Not that we were going to sabotage them or like threaten to boycott or anything like that. It was just going to be conversation like, hey, how are we going to fix this shit?
Like when he came in before the playoffs last year.
Yeah, it was going to be similar to that. And they came in the next week, I want to say, or week before, whatever it was. But nevertheless, as we speak, it is Wednesday at 2 p.m. They are down 2-0 to the Rockies. And you guys were asking me how to bet them because Dylan Cease is on the mound right now, 50-some pitches through 2 innings. Getting around, breaking pitches, leaving shit up in the zone, can't find the strike zone. And I told you guys, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. They are susceptible to stupid fucking games like this. And as great as they've played over the last 10, 15 games, whatever it's been, it looks like today is that day. And Cleveland looks like they're about to tie it. And if they go to 4 games back, that's basically the season. So they need to win these next 6 innings. Cleveland needs to lose, preferably. But yeah, it's I love the 108 guys because they always kind of take the edge off. And as big as Sox fans as we all are, like, they always find a way to laugh at the team and make you feel like, it's just baseball.
They're well adjusted, unlike
I think I actually asked them this in the interview. I'm like, does that come with age? And they said yes. They're like, we've just been beaten down by this organization because they're all about 10 years older than me. Mm-hmm. We've been beaten down by this organization longer than you have. Like, you'll get to that point eventually. And not there yet. I'm watching this game and I want to throw a fucking...
I think that are they all married with kids too?
Yeah, I think a lot of them.
Yeah, they
maybe,
are.
maybe,
Yeah.
So I think that's probably. I think that I'm hoping that's a thing, where you just maybe have more priorities and more important things to worry about and get upset about than fucking Notre Dame or the White Sox, or the Blackhawks or the Bears or any of the other teams.
Well said, Chief.
Hopefully.
I hope, because there's probably something wrong with me if I had a kid and I was still like, fuck this.
I've seen my dad. Yeah, actually, he's not as bad anymore. But like even as a teenager, I've seen when there was a couple times back in like 2013, 2014, when my dad would call me after Sox games, motherfucking Robin Ventura to the moon and back. How could they hire this fucking bum? Like he hated Tony La Russa back in the 80s apparently, and he still fucking hates his guts. But
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know. We should probably touch on that really quickly. I don't want Tony La Russa anywhere near this dugout ever again, and that's as simple as that. I don't think that this recent hot stretch is because of absence per se, but I don't. If he does come back, it's bad juju, and I don't fuck with baseball gods or juju. So leave him the fuck away, and don't come back next year. That's all I got to say about that.
Couple events out of your hosting, September 25th, Irish Heritage, and then you've got a great first
I'll be
responder
there with,
softball tournament. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Dave will be there. You're welcome to. So I put seeds in my mouth.
Ooh, bad timing.
Bad timing, but I still sound okay, right? I just sound like I got stung by a bee. September 25th, Irish Heritage Center. You could buy your tickets for $50 online or $60 at the door. That's for Danny Golden. Obviously, very unfortunate situation. So it's a fundraiser for him. And there's going to be silent auction, split the pot, all that. And then October 8th, Hiawatha Park, my home park. There's just a softball tournament that I'm helping out with.
And you're working with the Alderman on that?
The Alderman is involved, correct?
That's so
He's a
sweet.
big sponsor.
Good for you. That's awesome. I saw that. Saw the
So,
logos come out. That's going to be a huge thing for the neighborhood, especially your guys. You're from a community. People love 16-inch softball. And
It's
that's
just
something
great.
we've kicked around. And so good for you to like take that step, get the Alderman going. Fucking great. Like, honestly, I was like, let's fucking go. Like 16-inch tournament with Barstool Sports. Again, something we've talked about for a while. And so like to finally just take steps, do it. That's October 8th. But if it gets rained out, you guys are going to do it the next day, October 9th. So flexible too.
And if you've been to Papa Hops, like, you come out with a cooler. I know Dave's been a ton. Carl, you've been. Come out with a cooler, hang out, and watch some softball. There's lights, everything.
Yeah, those are real fun times.
All right.
The weather will be fine, at least temperature wise, I would assume at then. So come wrap up summer that way with us.
Okay, Bears win this week. Completely different show next week. So just keep that in mind, guys. Great stuff, all gas.
No bricks.
DJ, play that shit.